have no problem. Like they'll be streaming everything on TV, playing video games, and on their fucking mobile device at the same time, and they have no problem. So I was like, you know what? Let me just move the damn thing.
Well, that's what your problem is, man. Your kids are sucking up all the
Yeah, I
Wi-Fi.
know, right? They're sucking up all the life out of me and get them out of here. Fucking put them in, put them in the box and ship them out.
Welcome back for the first time, geek enthusiasts and lovers of the plastic crack. This is your safe space, free from safety. So put your hands on some plastic. It's time for toy tea time.
I did not get to make a list because guess what? I was on the phone with the wife and she's being too nice, and I don't like it.
She's setting you up, dude.
Yeah, I don't like it, dude. I don't like it. It's okay. So the whole Skullfest thing, right? That week that me and you talked about it when you were we were talking about it, and so I went back to her again because I was waiting for her to just she's not down for the nerd shit, right? And she has this outlook that she from the one I think she's been to two like minor conventions here in Georgia with me.
Hmm.
And this is good. I haven't talked to you in a while, dude. Check it out. I'm on her Abbie right now. so she has this outlook of nerd life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a bunch of fucking misfits and shit. And I was like, nah, man. These are the more the normal people. Or at least you, Bobby, and Adam are. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and I was like, plus, I know it's supposed to be a lot of other families there and stuff like that, which is what I told her the first time I tried to get her in on it. And she was like, well, I don't know, I'll see, blah, blah, blah. Because the original story was it was around the same time. She was thinking it was going to be around the same time as this wedding that's fucked up my TF con. But, and so back to my point, I took it back to her again to see if she would come when, that week when me and you talked about it. And she said that she would do it. She said that she was down, right?
Wow.
But and she's been being nice to me, but I've come to find out a bit of information, and
Oh,
I'm just waiting to see. I'm just waiting to see if all this is kind of going together. Cause so the wedding. Here's my thought. I'm just gonna put you into this because here's my thought process.
okay.
It's her friend's wedding, right?
Yep.
It's on a it's still in Georgia, but it's about a good 2 hour drive, 2 or 3 hour drive from where we live, right? So it's like out like in the mountains or some dumb shit like that, right? Not to call it wedding dumb, but and but all of her friends are from like Milwaukee or some shit like that, right? Most of the bridesmaids. Well, I got to thinking, and I was like, well, I wonder what she's doing like post marriage events. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
Hmm.
her husband is definitely the husband, the guy. I think he's doing some kind of bachelor party, which means I have the sneaking suspicion that the chick's gonna do a bachelorette party, and my wife could be greasing me.
Ah.
She could be greasing me for it. You know what I'm saying?
Ah.
Yeah.
I think she is, man. She's
Uh,
setting you up.
yeah, she's greasing me because when I hit her with it, she was like, at first she was like, but she kind of was like hesitant. Then she kind of thought about it for a second, and she's like, well, it's fine. Let's just check out flights and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that was too easy, dog. You know, that was too easy because it's been a struggle all this time. You know what I'm saying? It's been a fight, dude. And
Oh,
so,
so you
huh?
think she's got something up her sleeve and she's gonna
Yeah.
hit you with
Cause
it
she's
when
been
you're least
being
expecting it?
real nice, dude. She's been being real freaking nice to me, man. And we have a great relationship, but my wife's not always nice to me. And by not always, I mean most of the time. You know, she's not, dude. She's not. so
Oh, it's part of marriage, right?
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. So, but hey, I will say this though: if that is the case, and that's what she's greasing me for, you know what? Hey, you know what? It's fine. We've had a long-standing agreement and understanding that we wasn't doing no bachelors and bachelorette parties. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh.
yeah, yeah. But we established this rule back in our what? It's been like like 10 years ago. So I would say about roughly around like 8 years ago we established that rule, right? But we're older now, so you know what? Fine. But guess what? If that is the case, I think I'll be making a few trips on my own here, pal. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I might just make this Skullfest by my own. If that is the case, I will make this Skullfest trip on my own. And if she gets upset by that, then I will cancel out the wedding and I will show up at TFCon as well. And that'll be me striking back at the Empire. You know what I'm saying?
And then Mickey will be looking for a new place to live because his wife's gonna throw his ass out on the curb.
Be like, Tyler, you got an extra room, dude? You got an extra room?
I can put up some bunk beds.
Put me in a bunk bed, dude. You put me in a bunk
Yeah.
bed. What you been into, man?
Oh man, that is too funny.
Oh shit, you been into a lot, right?
Oh, what have I been into?
Yeah, you had a
Well,
lot.
I mean, do we want to get into it? Do we?
Well,
I mean, do we want to start the show proper?
I guess. Like, I mean, shit. Our typical starting of the show was typically just conversation, anyway. So.
I know, right?
Now,
I mean,
that was the question I had for you, though. Did you want to address that at all, or because that's like your business? So I don't know. That's up to you.
No, no, it's fine. I'll address it. I mean, I'm sure you have too. I've had a lot of people kind of reach out asking like, "Hey, where's the show? Is everything okay?" And I think, man, how long we been gone? 3 weeks?
It's been about 3 weeks.
Yeah, so it's been a minute. So, I mean, I'll just put it out there. So for those, I mean, a few people know, and then like I guess it's kind of been some of the news has been shared because I've had some other people that I necessarily haven't shared the information with, but have reached out and kind of shared their condolences. So, my grandmother, so my father's mother, kind of passed away unexpectedly, and we kind of knew she was on her way out. You know, they had given her, like at the last prognoses, anywhere from, 6 to 9 months. And this was earlier in the year. And the doctor said she probably won't make it till Christmas. And, from everything that was being told to me, she passed away. It was a Saturday night or a Sunday night, but she had visitors. She's been staying in a like extended care type of a place. Like she's had a lot of health issues over the last couple of years. Anyway, so she had some visitors. She had family like less than 48 hours before she passed, and like everybody said she was fine. She was actually doing quite well. So, and I mean, and I've heard things, like when people are getting ready to go, like sometimes they even start getting better before they go. So I don't know if that was it, but so my grandmother passed. I was originally planning on going home anyway because my little brother got married. So I had to like kind of up and last minute change my flight, get home, kind of deal with everything in that. And, just going from that into wedding mode into, just one thing after another. Unfortunately, I did not have time.
Yeah.
And to record. So for those of you that have reached out, thank you. For those that have shared their condolences, thank you. But enough with the serious stuff.
Yeah.
And and the other reason we couldn't record is I don't know, Mickey, if you want to share this, but Mickey was busted in a soliciting a male prostitution ring off of Craigslist.
Yeah. It was kind of a messy deal. I was going through a hard time, and I was going through a hard time with studies and everything like that, and so I came across this one account. It was what was the name? What was the title of it? What was the header? I gargle nut for fun. It was something like that. Something like that. And strange enough, I sent a message because the picture was of a firm young Polish woman, and she was quite attractive, dark hair, pale skin. She said that she enjoyed menage a trois with ebony women. So I was getting set. I was thinking, okay, this could work out, and I was quite astonished that when I got the picture back, it looked amazingly like Tyler. So
what can I say? I'm a good looking man. I think some people are, stealing my pictures and creating fake profiles.
Is it weird that I got? Is it weird that I got a little bit of chub when I got the picture? Oh,
Well, this
man.
totally turned awkward.
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird. Just go with it, dude. Just go with it.
No,
Okay, so I totally did not
just
make
because
the list.
just because Eddie Murphy's your role model, man.
He's my hero sometimes, dude.
Uh,
I totally didn't make the list, dude. I totally didn't make the list. So I was
no,
trying
it's
to,
fine, man.
yeah,
It's all
to go.
good.
Oh, yeah, let's just enjoy it. Let's just enjoy the flow. Let's just enjoy the flow. Let's get in our Seinfeld voices and just enjoy the flow.
So, how has your adventures in nerding been the past few weeks?
It's been so many weeks of holding it all together. I'm trying to. Okay, so it's been legend heavy. Damn, I don't know what the last thing we talked about. I know that it started off with me getting in those highly depressing Spider-Man figures from that Spider-Man wave.
Which figures did you pick up?
I got the whole wave. I got it from Pinkerton. So yeah, and so I've been on a vlog, and I get to that in a minute too. I've been on this vlogging thing, and I've been promising to this review of the wave, right? So I cracked open the wave, and I did the Venom Build-A-Figure first. That was the first thing I did, and
That's the Space Venom, right?
yeah, the Space Knight
Okay.
Venom, and I reviewed him first. And dude, I will be honest with you. Aside from taking the parts out of the packages, I have not touched the rest of them. I shot that review, and I was so underwhelmed by the figure that I didn't even edit the fucking Venom review, dude. And the rest of them, I just couldn't get the motivation to go back in there and review them, dude.
The Build-A-Figure was that bad?
Dude, he was
Because
pointless.
I've seen some people like singing praises on that thing.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. Shit is-
It's Venom. All the
Yeah.
Venom fanboys love him.
yeah, and
I guess.
yeah, I will say I have no attachment towards the Space Knight Venom, right? So the only flaw that I have, because the figure's not like horrible or anything like that, the only flaw that I feel is, for one, the size. But I always have a size issue with the baths that are that I think should be larger, right? And then
Because Mickey's a size queen.
yeah, I am. And then the white paint. Dude, the white paint on the back of his calves, and like everywhere except for the spider symbol. The spider symbol is mold. It's an elevated. Can I say elevated? It's a lifted mold, right? And it has, and it's white, so it's not bad at all. But everywhere else, like the forearms, everywhere else, even the palms of the hand, where there's white paint, it looks like me and you took a bunch of Space Knight Venoms, the original mold in black. We were smoking weed and drinking, and decided to take a paintbrush and paint white parts on them, dude. It's
Really?
yeah,
That bad?
yeah, man, yeah. And I just like, there's just literally clumps of paint on certain portions of it, dude. I sold that shit immediately, and I saw cats selling it for like $60 and more, but I didn't feel comfortable with it. I think I sold it for like $40 or $45 shit. I didn't feel comfortable with it. It was just that wave is very it's very underwhelming.
So was it just not enough coats of the white paint over the black, or what was it?
Well, what black is covering black with white is always a hard problem, right? It's a hard problem. It's always a problem. But I just, and of course Hasbro's not gonna take the initiative or do the due diligence and like prime that area or mold the areas that are gonna be covered in white in a different color maybe or something. You know what I'm saying? They just went straight with the white over the black, dude. It makes no sense. No, freaking, even a new customizer wouldn't do that. It's no.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, at least in my opinion. You may find some people that say, "Oh, yeah, this is awesome, dude. Yeah, awesome." No, not at all. Other than that, I've been actually getting rid of a lot. Like I told you I mentioned in our chat the other day, I'm trying to get the Cintiq, and I'm really close now. So, but I just been dumping shit. I've been getting rid of shit, dude.
Yeah, I saw that you were selling the exhaust that I sold you. Thanks, buddy.
I'm selling him. He's not selling though. He's not moving. So Yeah, so I have to actually admit that I feel your KO pain, dude. I must state it. It's come home.
Oh,
It's affected me, so now I care.
oh, hmm.
Little white kids are dying, so now we care. Dude, yeah, so one
You're
guy,
terrible,
huh?
man. You're terrible,
I
man.
am, dude. I'm an ass. So the one guy that well, I got a few PMs, right? But
Okay.
one of the earlier PMs was this cat, and he was like, "Will you do it for 50 shipped? If you do it for 50 shipped,
Ooh.
I'll take it." I said, "No, you will not." You know me. I'm like, "No, you will not. I'm not doing that." So I was like, "No, I can't do that, bro. I won't go that low." And then of course he pulls the move, and nothing against the guy because we talked for a while after that. He's pretty cool. So he sent me a PM saying that right now it's on. He saw, I think he saw two on eBay for like $60, and I guess this price drop comes from the fact that there's a KO of it or whatever for like $30 or some shit like that. And he was like, so he went and bought. I was like, so I told him, I said, well, go ahead and buy it, man. And I said, if you can get it for that much, go ahead and get it. You know what I mean? Jump on it. I said it helps me out, right? So he
There's one less on the
yeah,
market.
exactly. So I guess somebody bought the other one, and he bought that one, and so I started taking a look around and just trying to get in a feel for the, I guess, the market, as it were. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna move this at this price, man. Not with that KO popping. So I messaged him back, and I was like, yeah, I'll take that $50. Fuck it. And it just so happened that he had, like, that's when I found out that he had already bought the other one. You know what I'm saying? So we
Oh,
had this conversation about it or whatever the case is, and just laughing back and forth about it, about the KOs and all that shit. And I remember at that moment thinking, God damn, fuck Tyler, fuck Tyler and his KO logic.
well, see, man, when it hurts, when it becomes
Yeah.
tangible, all of a sudden, people's opinions change.
The hens have come home to roost, sir. So whatever. Yeah, you win this battle. You,
Well, I mean, even exhaust, man. I remember when they were like, everybody's pre-orders got canceled, and
Mhm.
oh, it's a banned toy in the United States, and those prices shot up, man. I remember seeing people paying like $200 for that thing.
Yeah, it went pretty high. I remember that.
Yeah, and then as more started coming out, the prices started to come down, man. But like, yeah, as soon as there's a KO, I mean, even now, like if on any of the Datsuns, like because they did all those KOs, like you can
Hmm.
get the real Datsun. Hopefully, if the seller's being honest with you, like
Yeah, it's hard
you,
to
you
tell
see
now.
you see those people change hands at $50 and $60.
Yeah, yeah. That's just the
So
nature of it, man. It's just the nature of it. And I'll be honest, if it wasn't for the Cintiq, I really wouldn't be selling a lot of this stuff. I mean, dude, I sold my freaking my Apollyon, my MP10, which that didn't hurt as bad with the third party ones coming. But that was a drastic decision. I was like, that was out of
I was
desperation, huh?
I was gonna say I was a little surprised you sold your MP10. Apollyon I could see the Make Toys is coming, but like MP10, man.
I was surprised as well. I was in shock as well. And as a matter of fact, it took me. I posted it, and I put it up because I think I messaged Bobby, as a matter of fact. I was like, "Hey man, what's MP10 going for or whatever?" Or I think just put it out in our chat or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And when I put the message there, I remember that feeling of, "Are you really asking this? Are we really about to take this step?" You know? Because I remember when I finally got it. 'Cause I think this was my I think this is my third or my fourth MP10, and I said I would not sell this one. And but
Lies.
yeah, yeah.
Lies you tell yourself.
Yeah, exactly, sir. Exactly. I'm still in the state of shock, but he's going to two good guys because I don't know, should I put it in there? A friend from the Fans Former group, a high-ranking member of Fans Formers, went in with somebody else and they're dividing it. So he's getting the one of them is getting the bot and the other one's getting the trailer and stuff. So, but it's funny because the Apollyon sale hurts more. And I find that
Really?
weird. Yeah, I like that Apollyon, man. I do like that Apollyon. And I always said, and I said I wasn't going to sell him. I said I was going to keep him, and I would just have, because I wanted to have different Prime and Megatron displays throughout my man cave. So
Mhm.
I could see myself rebuying Apollyon, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get him at a pretty good price once that Despotron comes out. So
Oh, I mean, there's people now that are getting 1 to 120 for him.
Yeah.
I think as we get closer to these other ones coming out, it's just going to keep going down.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But other than that, saw Suicide Squad for the fourth time. Yeah.
we can get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
And then I changed the Braves tour review model. So now it's vlogs, and every so often I'll do a review of something if I really feel it. But it's all vlogs now. So I'm in the process of setting up a page for that, a website for that, and I'm trying to do something with that. I've kind of gotten into these vlogs. I like that shit. So let me see. And it's probably a bunch of other shit which will probably come up in the rest of the conversation, but I don't want to kill. I've been talking for a long time. And you know what? You're the man of the hour, sir. You are the man of the hour. Tyler, how has your nerd adventures been?
Not I. Well, it's kind of been a mixed bag of.
And I forgot that
adventures.
No, I just want to pull a Greg right quick. All right, go ahead. That was purposeful. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, you really didn't have anything?
No, I mean, I'm probably sure I did, but I needed to do that. I needed to get
All right.
off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was actually kind of funny. No, so like I said, I had to go home like impromptu, so it was kind of it was interesting. Like when you move away from somewhere, so I haven't quote unquote lived home, like kind of where I grew up for probably 13, 14 years now. So it's kind of like, you get home, but this time it was a little different because my wife's expecting, so she really couldn't fly. So it was like the first time where I went home by myself, and I had, what little downtime I had, I was by myself, and it wasn't off doing this or doing that. Wow. So like I had a little bit of time, so I checked in on some of the old kind of stomping grounds, some of the old comic shops and stuff that I used to shop at as a wee lad. It was kind of funny. Like one of them actually was the one that I was sending you and Cody pictures of that had like his Transformer stuff is like all blown up, man. He has all kinds of G1 stuff. Like he had all kinds of masks and Joes, and it was kind of cool. Crazy part is I walked in. I mean, I had sunglasses on, a baseball cap, and a beard going. And the guy's like, he looks at me and goes, "Tyler?" And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, "How, man, I haven't seen you in years." And I'm like, holy crap, this guy remembers me.
That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling, man. It's like some shit off of TV, like off of like Smallville type shit or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, like he'd been around. Like I had bought, like when I was really, really heavy into G1 stuff. Like I had bought a bunch of stuff from him. Like I even had him like mail me some stuff. But like I probably haven't seen him in at least 5 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and and it was kind of cool to catch up with him, and then like we just kind of like talk trends and like the way the business is going now, and it was kind of interesting because he was even saying, comics for a little while have slowed down, but now like with the new DC rebirth, like it's actually doing well, and it was, and I heard the guys on Nerd Rage talking about. Like Marvel sales have really slowed, and DC's kind of like picking that up, and he kind of confirmed the same thing for me. He's like, "Yeah, man, DC we're selling."
I definitely want to get into that a little bit later in the conversation. This is going to be a long, long, long show, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So yeah, it was not. It was kind of cool. Like he had some other stuff in there, but it was just really nice to kind of catch up with him. I saw Jungle Book while I was out there.
Oh, how'd you like it?
It is actually really, really good.
I enjoyed it too.
So for the listeners, if the only part that threw me, and like I know they were like inserting like the classic Disney songs into it.
Yeah.
But the King Louis song, it didn't fit because it was like dark. It's this giant. What is he? An Amphithecus? Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that extinct ape is, and he's like angry, and it's just like he's obviously prone to violence, and then all of a sudden he breaks out with the "I want to be like you." It just didn't fit the tone.
I'm not gonna lie though, I thought that song was dumb as hell, but because it was him singing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it made it funny because there's this
I love that guy, man.
Tall ape singing the song, but like that kind of like took me out of it for a second. Like the bare necessities, like when they're like blues floating down the river, like all that was good. Like it really good. Like I thought it,
I was surprised
I,
by that, by them bringing the songs in and stuff like that. Especially when the bare necessities. Because I was wondering, are they gonna? As a matter of fact, me and my wife said at the same time. We looked at each other and said, "I wonder if they're gonna do the bare necessities," and they did it. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
so they just kind of. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was
No,
surprised by it though.
no, I was gonna say it worked though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seemed natural.
Mm-hmm.
Where the King Louis one was like kind of forced.
Yeah,
Just,
it was kind of. It was kind of.
right.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but I loved it though. I love what's his freaking name, dude? What's the actor's name that did the King Louis, dude? From the
Well,
prophecy and all of that stuff.
Christopher Walken.
I love Christopher Walken, dude. I love
Well,
that guy.
and that was the other. Like I'm listening and I'm like, is that
Yeah,
Christopher Walken?
yeah, man. I love that guy, dude.
That I thought, that was a little weird. Your girl, Scarlett Johansson as Ka was a little weird, but it was all right, man. The movie was actually pretty good.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. It was pretty good for the kids too. I remember the kids not even giving a fuck. They was like, "What is this animal shit?"
And then, believe it or not, which I almost I wanted to take his nerd card from him. 2 out of my
say it again.
I have 3 brothers, so there's had not seen Batman versus Superman.
Oh, really?
Can you believe that?
That's
and I'm like,
crazy.
why have you guys not seen it? And they're like, we heard the reviews were bad, blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right.
Not even the Ultimate
So
Edition?
went and bought it again. No, they hadn't seen it, so went and bought it again. So we all watched the Ultimate Edition, and it was kind of interesting watching them because they never saw the theatrical version. So all they got was that 3-hour block, and they were like, their initial response was, I don't see why everyone said it was so bad. Like, it's actually pretty. You know what I mean? Like there was a couple parts that were a little strange, and but then the funny part. So I just gave it to my brother. I told him he could keep it, and so he took it home. And like a couple nights later, him and his wife watched it, but they watched the theatrical version. So he kind of got a reverse of everybody else. So, and he was just kind of like, dude, that theatrical version was bad. He kept wondering, like, well, where was this scene? Where was this scene? And he said it was interesting watching his wife, because his wife kind of how we were kind of like jumped around and like the, if you want to call it the plot line, whatever, it wasn't as fluid as the extended cut is. So no, it was just kind of good, like watching it with them and then kind of watching their reactions and kind of talking through all the scenarios and is Lex or is Alexander Lex. So no, it was kind of cool. I mean, I don't get a lot of those times to, especially when you get all 4 of us in the same roof at the same time, to actually kind of sit out and nerd out like we used to back in the day when we were growing up. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And then let's see, what else have I done since the last time we recorded? I was gonna say the only thing that I've got, or figure that I've got, is got the Toy World Devi.
Oh, yeah. Did you have that before? Did we?
No.
Yeah, it's been a while, dude. Damn.
I had that delivered while I was in Utah.
Talk to me about that plane. You remember you were telling you took it on the plane or whatever?
Oh.
That shit, dude.
All right, so I had it delivered while I was out visiting. So then, and it was just one of those things. Like, I knew I was gonna have to get it home, but it was like breaking it down, like bubble wrapping each piece, getting it put into my backpack, and then trying to get through airport security with it was actually pretty funny. So, of course they x-ray it and they're like, sir, could you please step over here? I kind of knew it was coming, but I didn't want to pack it. I didn't want to put it in, my bag that was going under the plane. I didn't want.
That's when that shit gets broken. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was kind of funny explaining to them why myself as a 35-year-old grown man is traveling with his toys. So
I could imagine, dude. I could
So
imagine.
yeah, so they pulled it out, and of course, they're looking at it, and they're looking at these die-cast legs, and
Hmm.
they're like emptying everything out, and the guy like picks up the giant Devi gun, and he like looks at it, and he like doesn't move his head, just like moves his eyes towards me.
Hmm.
I'm like, no one's gonna believe that's real. Come on, it's bright purple.
Did you have anyone look at it like, oh man, this is kind of cool?
Well, there was one guy that was kind of like looking,
Uh
like
huh.
trying to figure out what it was, and but no. Then later, like the guy who's coming from me behind me, he was just kind of like, were those Transformers? Is that a Devastator?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
love that
and I
shit,
I
man.
was like, yeah, actually it is. And he's like, why is it so big? I had it when I was a kid, and I mean this guy's probably near our age or whatever. And then
Yeah.
I told him like, oh well, there's this whole third party thing, and just kind of pulled up pictures of it and like showed it to him like all put together and stuff. And he's like, holy crap! So hopefully he's gonna jump back into it. But he seemed pretty enamored with it.
I
I
like those moments, just those moments. Period. When you see someone that's obviously around our age, right, from our generation or whatever, and they see something that you have or whatever that reminds them of when they were a kid and shit. I love that shit, man.
I was honestly waiting for him to be like, so can we put it together?
That would have been awesome, dude.
No, we're not gonna put it together right now. That's if you have a half an hour to an hour.
We would be like, "Come on, man, come on! I get my mom to make us some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
You can
Come
come over to
on,
my house.
yeah."
We can ride our
I
bikes.
don't care who you are. I don't care how tough you are. Whatever it is you do, how much of a mean asshole you are. When you see some shit that taps back into your childhood, no matter what aspect of it is, it brings out, especially for men, it brings out that inner kid, dog. I don't give a fuck who you are, man. That's pretty fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, so it was pretty good, man. It was entertaining trying to get that thing through
Yeah.
airport security.
You should have your
Um,
cavity checked.
you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So no, and I mean just between that kind of I guess sums up the nerd adventures while I was out of state, and then when I got back Saturday, and then the very next day was NJCC.
Nice.
So had to go. Saw a lot of good people. Saw the guys from the ROC. Um, and I mean, as always, they were rolling deep.
Cats is always deep. Fucking Wu Tang
Yeah,
Clan.
I mean, uh, Eddie was there. Jay Ruse was there. I saw Hurricane BX was there. Brink was there. I didn't see him, but we were trading text messages back and forth.
Oh, cool.
Matt was there. He's like, dude, you need to come see my car. You need to see my Lambo doors. I'm like, bro, you have posted 2,300 photos on Facebook. I've seen plenty of your car. And he had his girl with him. I'm sure I'm forgetting other people, but they had like I said, man, they were rolling deep. I think they said when they went to lunch they had a table for 20 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was just like, holy cow. That's a
Wow.
like it was a ton of people. I was only there for about 2 hours. It actually took me longer to drive down and drive back than what I actually spent at the con itself.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, well, at that point I had been away from my wife and my kids for you know better part
Yeah, I
of
get that. I
10
get that.
days. So the
Yeah.
wife was cool with me going, sort of. um, but no, it was good. Bobby was there, Bobby Skullface. So
Yeah.
talked to him for a few minutes. He was there doing his thing, selling his work.
Oh, Bobby.
Picked up a couple things from him for the boys. So
Nice.
G1 Piranacon and a G1 Predaking. I was about to say I got two G1 combiners for him for
Nice. Nice. Nice.
my boys. So it was pretty good. And then I guess really the only other nerd stuff I've done after that, I kind of went and hit up Forbidden Planet
Is
yesterday.
that the one you were sending the pics in with all the hot?
Yes.
Oh, that man, I want to go, dude. I'm coming up there, dude. You gotta take me to that store.
So yeah, so for all the members of the Doll Squad, Adam,
ah.
uh, well, no, just these guys have all been on this big hot toys kick, and
Are
I,
you explaining that to the audience?
Well, if they listen to Nerd Rage, I mean, they know what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of started with Adam getting the DeLorean, and then Marty McFly and his denial that it was a doll. It's a doll.
It's not
And
a
then
doll.
Mickey getting in on. But no, like I've been telling you guys, like there's a couple places up here in New York City that have a lot of that stuff.
Oh man, I gotta see it. I want to see it.
And I think that one giant case I showed you guys, man, it was like 5 or 6 shelves, and it was just like jam packed with Hot Toys stuff.
Man, you know how much money that is in that shelf, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had what 2 full shelves of Star Wars. The top shelf, I think, was all Marvel, and they had DC stuff on the bottom. And then there were some of those other cases too. But like, I was actually kind of surprised they didn't have any vehicles. Normally, like they have some cases on the wall, like when you come in, and they're longer, and they usually have them in there. But I asked the guy, and he's like, "Oh, we took all the vehicles over to they have another location that way they could put more stuff in it."
I've only been to two stores that actually had the vehicles, and that's was it Dallas was it something Dallas Toys or something like that in Texas. I can't remember the store. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the store, guys. But it's in Texas, and it's like some secret squirrel shit. Like whereas the building, anyone who's been there knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Whereas the building has no advertisements for any kind of toy store at all, and you walk, it's like an office building, like maybe like 2 or 3 stories or something like that.
Okay.
You walk inside, and you go to the elevator, and you hit the floor, and you see nerds just what I'm saying, coming out, like just coming out, just kind of coming out in and out or whatever, right? So it's kind of like just like some secret squirrel shit, and you don't know that you're going to a toy store, that you're at a toy store until you like hit that floor and you come out, and they got this big banner on the wall when you come out, right, leading to the store, which is in one of the office suites or whatever. And then the other one was, I think it's called Toy Anxiety in Arizona. But those are the only 2 places I've ever been that actually had hot toys, like the Batmobiles and shit like that in the store, but they were still in box. I've never been anywhere and seen them on display, man. That would be so amazing, dude.
Yeah, well, this place I've seen. They had a DeLorean on display one time when I walked in there. That was the first time I saw it, and I think I actually told Adam, I'm like, dude, they had the DeLorean, and it was before he got his.
Yeah, you did. I remember that. Yeah,
and they had they've had the Tumbler at one. I think it was the Tumbler.
Now see that's one that I want that '89 Batmobile like with the fucking vengeance, right? And then I want this new one, but that Tumbler, that's one that I wouldn't get because it just looks, and it's the one I think it's one of the best made, one of the better made of all of them, right? As far as the details and all that stuff, but it just looks huge. Like it looks like it's the size of this ottoman that I have in my man cave. Like where the hell would I put something like that? You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say these things are huge. Like these display cases that they have them in, they almost look like multi-level jewelry cases, where these cabinets are like 6 feet long and like 3 feet wide, and they're like high. And and they've had other stuff in there too. I want to say it was a Hot Toys tumbler. I know they had a giant tumbler in there. I'm almost positive it was Hot Toys. It was like when you started asking me about that Punisher. Like if it doesn't have a label on it, man, like I'm sorry, I can't tell you what it is. I got to step up my doll skills, I guess.
Yeah, you need to step your doll game up. Hashtag Barbie life. It's a Barbie world.
I'm a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world.
Exactly.
But no, like it was kind of cool. Like I try to get down there every so often. I mean, they usually have some pretty cool stuff in there. And then like all those dude, that Batman the animated series picture I sent you, like with all those figures in there.
Yeah.
Dude, it gets harder and harder.
You might as well just go ahead and go in on that. You know what? That I've said it before. I'll say it again. Those animated figures, the payoff for when you have them on display, not like out of the package, but in the package. Man, it's just something about them, dude. It's just I don't. It just really scratches that itch for that series. You know what I'm saying? But you take them out of the package.
Well, and I saw a guy in the groups, man. He had a bunch of them, and they were still in their package. He's like, "Man, I'll sell them to you 2 for $30." And I'm like, oh.
Where is this guy? Where is this guy? You need to link me, dude. You need to link me.
Take
advantage of that. Huh?
That was the homie price. No, I'm not going to, because I'm going to help you be responsible so you can buy your printer.
Listen, man.
Don't give me listen.
It's the shit, man. This shit, you just be calling me, man. It just be calling me.
Well, and he had the Batmobile too, and he's like, "Man, I'll give you the Batmobile for like 70." And I'm
That
like,
fuck that's one of the greatest disappointments, man, because it came out at 100. I paid 100 for this shit. If you got it from BBTS, you paid 100 plus shipping, and now this shit's going for like 70 something dollars because it's shelf warming in most places where it is now.
"Well, I was gonna say, man, he took some pictures. It was big just compared to the packaging, because like I have point of reference on like the figure in the package, you know."
Yeah.
So he put it down there and he lined like three of them up. I think it was about as long as three and a half of those packages. I was just like, holy shit! I don't even know where I would put it.
That thing is right now. I have it. I had it on the shelf over my desk, but I turned that to my little Figma Bike Club shelf. So it's like on a coffee table in between the chairs in here. It's just big. Like that's the major problem with it. It's fucking dope as hell. The lights look good and everything like that. But it's so big. It's like it takes up space. Like where the hell is it gonna go at? It needs to be in a glass case somewhere. Which makes me wonder about this hot toys. Like I'm getting that fucking BVS Batmobile, and I'm just like thinking, where the fuck is it going?
You should just get like a coffee table, like one of those glass top coffee tables, and slide it in underneath it.
That would be freaking dope. But the problem is, where the fuck would that coffee table go?
I don't know.
Because the man cave, the centerpiece in the man cave, the centerpiece of furniture in the man cave is the ottoman, which goes to the wife chair, right? And which I'm putting together a wife area in our a wife sitting area in our master bedroom, so I can kind of get my man cave back, you know.
Well, there you go. So boot the wife out of the brave
Man,
cave.
there's no such thing as booting, though. Hey, let's be real. Let's be real, dude. My wife likes to be where I am when I'm chilling. I like to be where she is when she's chilling. You know, it's no good. Plus, the ottoman actually belongs to the Doberman, to Izzy. She comes in here and she wraps up on it. She curls up on it. So, where the fuck would that thing? Now, I see where I could put it at. I got this little storage bay over here by the that's really close to the review area.
Mm-hmm.
But I have all these comics and stuff inside of that, and on top of that, so I don't know. That's just not a discussion for right now. It's too stressful. I'm getting that fucking Batmobile. That's all that counts. I'll figure that shit out later.
You can find a place for it.
Yeah, I'll find a place.
If you wanted to, you could find a place for it.
Yeah, exactly. There's always a place
All
for
I'm
something.
saying.
There's always a place. Man, I did a vlog about hot toys collecting and how to survive. And it wasn't like telling you how to. It was asking for people to tell me how to survive collecting hot toys, man. Those prices, dude.
$200-300 a pop, right?
Yeah, man. Those prices, dude. Like I said, I got the Wonder Woman paid off. I just went in on the Harlequin, and the Joker and the Deadshot are already up. And so what I'm thinking is the payment plan is cool, but if you start trying to do like multiple figures, paying off multiple figures at a time, that's not working.
It's just like buying in one at a time, right?
Well, yeah, basically, because you look at it like the average payment is going to be about $50-something a month, right, for one figure.
Wait, so hang on. So these are all ones from Batman versus Superman you ordered?
Well, no, the Wonder Woman's from Batman vs Superman, and the other ones.
Or I mean, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the other ones from Suicide Squad. And then,
So you're gonna get the Jared Leto Joker and the Will Smith Deadpool.
Yeah.
Do you just as a friend? Do you ask yourself honestly? Is that the Joker and the Deadshot you would want? Harley, I can understand, but is that the Joker and the Deadshot you want, or are you simply getting them because they're the new DC universe?
I want to have this discussion. Is this call going to be long enough for us to transition into this now? You think?
Sure, why not?
Okay, cool. Because I want to have the Suicide Squad conversation. I want to have the Suicide Squad toy conversation, and I want to have the DC Marvel conversation. Right. So let's this portion of it. Right. I went and I picked up. I tried to get into the Suicide Squad comics. Right. Because I thoroughly enjoyed the movie as bad as
Wait,
it is.
the new ones or the old ones?
The new ones.
Okay, all right. I haven't read anything from Suicide Squad in the new 52.
Don't worry.
Don't.
About it. I mean, this is my personal opinion. Everyone else is like, I guess people are liking it. I don't because I've always liked I liked Deadshot before I got. Let me frame this, okay? So I liked Deadshot in the DC Classics, DC Universe toy line, right? Okay, and earlier comics he was cool to see, and then it did the Assault on Arkham animation for DC, right? And the Deadshot was cool, but somehow it took away from Deadshot for me. I don't know what it was. You dig what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
like the idea I liked him until he put his mask on and got into his costume. How about that? I didn't like
Okay.
it. I love the Harley Quinn though, right? I love Harley Quinn, period, right? Except, and this is the funny thing, and this is what I'm going into answering your question. I love Harley Quinn in whatever shape, form, or fashion she comes out in, except for that new 52 Harley Quinn, where one side of her head is like a hard red, and the other one's other side like a hard blue or a hard black. The one that's inside of her, the one that's used in her Harley Quinn comic. That's why I
Hmm.
have not been able to get into that Harley Quinn comic as of now, right? Like I think the last Harley Quinn, other than the movie one, the Margot Robbie, is that I really attached myself to is the one from the games. I'm into that look. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
where she's got like that little, almost like a tutu type skirt thing on.
yeah, I'm into that
Hmm.
look. I'm into the what is that? The video game one. The what is the title? Of the video.
Arkham.
No. The other one, the fighting game.
Oh,
The
Injustice.
Injustice. I'm into the Injustice ones. I got the SH Figure Warriors. I love that figure, right? I love
Hmm.
that look because it's still Harley, but this look with in the Harley comics, that it's that hair. It throws me off. I don't like it, dude. I can't attach myself to it, right? So I can't read. I tried. I can't read that Harley comic, dude. I cannot. Because I'm looking at it. It's like this is not Harley. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Deadshot goes, I like the Will Smith Deadshot rejuvenated my interest in Deadshot. Now, initially I said I wasn't fucking with that figure because I wasn't trying to go that far in. I just wanted the Harley and I just wanted the Joker. You know what I'm saying? But after seeing the movie, I think upon seeing it at number three, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? I think I'm going all in.
Well, dude, that's a slippery slope because
Yeah,
now,
I know.
I mean, I don't know if they're, have they announced, are they going to do the full cast for the Suicide Squad?
I saw a pre-order hit my email from Sideshow for Killer Croc, but I don't. I know they also did a Killer Croc the statue version. You know the what's it called, the premium formatted figure or whatever the
Hmm.
case is. I know they did that, so I didn't want to open that email and have it be an actual figure because if it was, I know I would be all in for it. You dig what I'm saying? So
See, but
well, no. Let me correct this. Let me correct this. They showed a Killer Croc that they were doing, right? And I think this is the premium format figure, and it looks like Killer Croc. So that one I would have been down for. Now the Killer Croc from the movie, I am not down for. And I'm sure I guess we'll get into that when we get into Suicide Squad, but I'm not down. I did not like that Killer Croc. I don't want any of that Killer Croc on my show. None of that.
it was funny because during the whole Suicide Squad thing, like we started talking about, it was Killer Croc and Killa
Yeah,
Croc.
yeah. I'm not feeling Killer Croc. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I, if
Yeah,
they
but I mean, like, so what if they do a Captain Boomerang or a Diablo?
Diablo, I'd probably be down for. Captain Boomerang is a maybe, cause I like the boomerangs. I like Captain Boomerang, so
Dude,
that's
man,
a
you're
maybe.
you're opening Pandora's box
I
because what's gonna
know,
happen when Justice League hits? You're gonna need a Flash, and
I
you're gonna need a
know,
Cyborg, and you're gonna need a Green Lantern,
I know. This is what I'm telling myself. This is what I'm telling myself because
and Batman's suit's gonna be different in Justice League, so you're gonna need a new Batman suit.
I'm already on the brink of. I said I would only do the actual BVS movie Batman suit for the to go with the Batmobile, right? And then I was like, but then I got to get a Superman. I think we talked about this, and then I started seeing the images of the armored. I think when we did the SDCC show, when I saw the images of the armored Batman, and the more times I do vlogs over Suicide Squad and BVS and just to touch anything with DC, I ended up putting up slides of some of the Batman stuff from Hot Toys, right? And so now it's opened up my eyes, or it's opened up my appreciation for that Batman with the trench coat and all of that shit, the end of the world.
The Nightmare Batman.
Yeah, the Nightmare Batman. And so now I'm feeling like I need all three. And I just, you know, it's terrible, sir. It's terrible.
Okay,
Right?
as your friend, no,
Someone stop me.
no.
Someone stop me.
Oh, I no,
Someone stop
Mickey,
me. I
no.
told myself I would only do these Suicide Squad members do. I said I would only do that. At first, I told myself I would only do the female because I'm still going to get the Black Widow. So I told myself because they're basically dolls, I'm only doing the female ones that I have interest in, right? And
So
it's just gone
because
so
so
far
be-
past
so
that.
because you're gonna do dolls, you're gonna go all out dolls.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Okay. Okay.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Because but I just it's just I don't know. I need help. 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 And it's sad when you see it. Like I feel like I'm sitting outside of myself, looking at myself, shivering in the corner, like
Curled up in a ball.
yeah, someone help that guy. I don't know. I gotta figure out some kind of plan for this stuff because there's some high dollars. It's a lot of coin on these things, and I don't know. And then you gotta look at the whole display aspect of it. Like what are you doing? What are you doing, Mick? What are you doing? I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing too, man. Those things are big, and you gotta properly display them. Like nothing against those guys at that comic shop I went to, but they had, you know, 7 or 8. It seemed like crammed on one
Yeah,
shelf,
that's no good. That's no good.
and you know, it looked cluttered. Like it didn't look clean. Like if, especially if you're gonna, you know, hopefully you'd buy something a little bit nicer than one of those Detox from IKEA. But like even if you did that, like you might get 2 on a shelf looking good. You know what I mean?
My outlook on I've kind of gone, and this is transitioning. This is a fluid this is a fluid plan, right? It's not nothing is stable yet, right? So my initial thing was again just to do the females, so I would have some detox with the females in it, right? And then I was like, well, you know what? We'll add a few. When I added a few to it, I was like, well, we'll do detox, and then we'll do dio corners for each detail for like a little scene for them as far as displaying them, right? But when I got to this point of really coming to the acceptance that I'm really going in and getting multiple figures, multiple characters, I was like, I need a full glass cabinet like the one I have my main Transformer display in, a tall, kind of like what you was describing earlier, where it's going to be like, you know, maybe 6 feet tall and fucking 6 feet wide. Because the one I have right now is about 3 to 4 feet tall and 6 feet wide. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have the room for that in here. I could put on the wall outside of the man cave, but then there's no fun in that because I'm not gonna be able to see it all the time. And then you want everybody walking by like this motherfucker's got dolls in the hallway. So I don't know.
Don't be embarrassed by your collection, Mickey.
No, I never am, sir.
If you're gonna buy dolls, do it proudly.
I mean, I feel like I wear pride. We're here. We're queer. We're going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of already broken in, if you will. You know what I'm saying? By my displaying my 3A stuff. So I got a good understanding of or a good technique of displaying the 12-inch figures and stuff. Right? Like I've gotten it down to a science as far as like not cramming too many into a space and laying out nice little scenes for them and stuff like that. But oh man, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
I think you and Adam need to get shirts that say #Doll Squad on the front of them.
I'm down for that. And on the back, I want hashtag It's a Barbie World. I want it, sir. I want it. I mean, I've sold so much stuff though. I've cleared up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about six shelves in my detox.
Wow.
Yeah. Throughout the, because I only got 5 of them, but throughout that 5, I've cleared off about 6 shelves, and I've cleared out a good bit of space inside of that main glass case I have with my Transformers in it. So I have some space to move things around.
I know, but
know.
Mickey, I want you to look to the future, man.
I know, man. I know.
If they do it when they do Justice League, you're gonna have to get a Flash, a Green Lantern, a Cyborg, and an Aquaman. Are you ready for that level of commitment?
See, and this is what I'm thinking. Maybe I don't go in on the Justice League. Maybe I don't do that.
Dude, how do you go in on Suicide Squad, but you don't go in on Justice League?
I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know. Well, here's well, see, and this is why. Okay, well, check it out.
That may be no. Hang on. That may be the worst thing you've ever said on Toy Detox.
That's impossible. I've said so many horrible things.
I'm gonna get the Suicide Squad instead of Justice League. Are you out of your mind?
Well, consider this, right? So Suicide Squad. I'm not getting the full cast. I'm not getting and okay. So Joker and Harley, right? I'm thinking about going in on multiple Jokers. I'm debating that still. I'm still deliberating over that. The jury's still out on that, right? Because they've got like four different Jokers, huh?
Which other one?
You got the Joker in the trench coat. You got
The one with no shirt on, where he looks like he's wearing wrestling tights.
yeah, which that's the main one, right?
I don't even remember that scene in the movie when he
That's
was
the
wearing
costume
that.
he wore when he came when they broke into that one cut scene.
Which one? They had plenty.
I know, right? Where they break into the place where they were housing the little neck tracker equipment.
Oh yeah. When they were disabling the bombs, I remember.
Yeah, that I want to talk about that scene too, as a matter of fact, but later. But that costume is the one that I'm in for now, and then of course you have the SDCC one that was supposed to be an exclusive, and I don't get this whole exclusive thing anymore. It seems like exclusives aren't exclusive anymore.
It seems like it's a exclusive first to market. Like we're going to give you the first 90 or 120 days on it or something.
That's what it's looking like. Because now you got the one where he's in the trench coat. I mean, I'm sorry, the straight jacket, and then soon we'll see the one where he's actually in the suit. You know what I'm saying, with the silver jacket, the suit he was wearing before when Harley jumped off the ledge into the acid.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course you've got that Joker Batman suit. All of those things are coming about. So
which that never showed up in the movie. We'll get to that.
Yeah, I got a bit of information on that. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah. So my point is that I'm not. So my point is that I will be displaying Joker and a Joker and a Harley together, right? And then I will be displaying, because you're only going to get one Harley, and then hopefully, and then I will be displaying maybe the different Jokers together. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're going to get more than one Harley.
They only have one. They haven't.
I wouldn't surprise if you get her in the orange prison jumpsuit. If you got Leto in like a straight jacket, I could see her in the orange prison jump outfit.
I am not going to lie, sir, because I am a Harley fan and I am a female figure collector. I say it proudly. If they release that, I will get it.
I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Dr. Harley Quinzel when she's got her hair up and the glasses and everything.
That one okay, so if I was getting ready to say that one I probably would pass on, because that would be a straight doll. That would be a straight up doll, like straight up.
No. You can't define lines now based on what
I'm
they're
just
wearing.
saying, like, okay, like just check it out. Just go with me on this, right? So you have Harley in her suit. She's a Hot Toys figure. All for all intents and purposes, yes, she is a doll, right? But you have Harley in her suit. So in her Harley suit. So when someone walks into your collection who knows nothing about, who don't give a fuck about toys, but they know a little bit about Batman from the movies and stuff, and they see Harley in her suit, oh, you got a action figure of Harley, or you got a Harley doll, fine. But when you see, you know what I'm saying, fine, I'll take that on the chin. But if somebody walks into my room, right, and let's say I give Harley Quinzel a special placement in my room, like right on the coffee table, on the end shit table between the two chairs in here, right, and she's sitting there in her nice little skirt and top, and her hair's all done up with her glasses on, and you look at that, right, if you're not a true fan, you look at that, and you'll be like, this motherfucker's got a doll.
But think of this. You put that across the table from your Joker in a straitjacket.
But now that I was leading that, you were a fucking genius. I was leading myself into that, because I was getting ready to say if I got the Joker in the straitjacket, like it hit me. If I've got the Joker in the straitjacket, I cannot honestly say that I would not get that Harley to be able to recreate that scene. Because you better believe if they did that Harley, they're gonna make the fucking table, the chairs, and everything. You know what I'm saying? The same way they did a la Tony Stark in his mechanic outfit. You know what I'm saying? They had like the little computer stand with the little cart with all the parts and tools on it. Hot Toys goes all the way out, man.
I was gonna say Barbies normally come with a lot of accessories.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
I have a little girl. I know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. And what if they did a Harley in the traditional black and red outfit?
Yeah, I would have to get that.
Okay, well, see, you need to give yourself some boundaries here. You need to know the direction of your collection. Otherwise, like, you're just going to be all over the place.
I'm all over the place as it stands, sir.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That
You
is
straighten
the
yourself out.
madness that is
Get that
Brave, sir.
squared away.
Oh my God, this shit is not right, man. I'm hollering. Well, you know what I could do. Here's what
What
I could
if
tell myself.
I see? And I'm just gonna keep messing with you. What
Uh-huh.
if they do? What if they do the metallic purple Lamborghini?
See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, I you know who would be in for that besides me? I promise you that Adam would be in for that.
I don't think Adam would get that
I
one.
bet you Adam would fucking.
Mm-mm.
I
I
bet you fucking.
I think Adam would stick to Batmobiles. Maybe if they did an Ecto one, I don't know. I can't see Adam
Well, here's the
buying a
question:
purple
is Adam willing to
Lamborghini.
go in on the Harley or the Joker? Because I don't see him getting it if there's no Harley or if he doesn't already have the Harley or Joker to go along with it.
Should I call Adam right now?
Call him, ask him. Call him and ask him. When that whole shit went down with the Mary Jane, I called Adam. You know, call him and ask him. Now, didn't he say? But didn't he say on one of their episodes that he was thinking about going, or maybe in our chat that he was thinking about going in on vehicles, just like Hot Toys vehicles.
Yeah, well, I know. I think it was on Nerd Rage, and he was talking about getting all the different Batmobiles and then building a display with a Dio and then all of them for him. And kind of as in the same way I'm messing with you, I think Bobby was messing with him. Well, if you get the '89 Batmobile, you need the '89 Batman, and if you get the Tumbler, you need the Christopher Nolan Batman to stand next to each of the vehicles.
Yeah, and when you start fucking with that Christopher Nolan shit, they made quite a few vehicles for that from Hot Toys. So you got the Bat, you got the Tumbler, and then you got the Bat Pod.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck all
And they
that.
got how many Jokers? The Bane,
That's too much
different
to deal with.
Batmans. They got the Catwoman.
They got
I've
two
seen,
tumblers, as a matter of fact, right? 'Cause they got the camouflage. They got the camo one too, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
All
they
I've seen
do.
is the black one.
Yeah, they got the camo one too.
They got
the
an
camo one, too.
Alfred. I saw that at another comic store here in New York that they had the Alfred from the Christopher Nolan series.
Yeah, because they have the I think that was if I'm not mistaken, that was a 2-pack set, and it comes with the Batman armory. It had like that shit looks dope. It has like the little armory set up, right, and it slides out. It's got like the suit. I can't remember if it's got the suit in there or not. I think it does have parts of the suit or something. And it has like the little drawers that slide out with all like the little batarangs and the weapons and that shit, and it comes with Bruce Wayne in a suit, and it comes with Alfred. Now here's the deal though. Here's the deal, and this is how you can kind of get around some of this shit. First of all, you can always go into eBay, or you can always go into some of the 12-inch collector groups and obviously buy them like, aftermarket, right? But then you can also buy the parts, because for all intents and purposes, man, and I learned this from the whole from collecting 3A shit. For the most part, it's the same bodies, right? Unless it's like a bigger figure. And those bigger figures will have like what do they call them? Like they're basically upgrade parts, like to make the fucking thighs and quads bigger and shit, bigger chest or whatever, bigger breasts, bigger ass. You know what I'm saying? But it's all basically the same 12-inch doll bodies. There's a few different variations that all these companies use, and then you have the costumes and the clothes and shit. And there's big money on eBay and even in the groups for selling the parts. You can make more money off the part than you can off selling the actual figure. This is like an expensive figure. And that's the same for all that 12-inch shit all the way across, dude.
I'm trying not to laugh because you're like way too passionate right now
I'm
about
just,
this
I'm just
stuff.
I'm just being real, sir. I'm just being real. Yeah. Can I have this? This is my Warhammer. Can I have this? Can I have? You know what I'm saying? Can I swing my nerd that way? Is that okay? but no. So what I'm saying is,
Who plays Warhammer?
I don't know. The fuck am I? That shows you how much I know about that shit. But I don't know. My brother talks to me about this game and shit, and when I hear my brother talking about it, when I hear Adam talking about it, I kind of just like zone out in the way that I'm sure.
No,
my
Adam
wife
Adam
does.
plays 40K. Adam
Nah,
doesn't
I'm
play
just talking
Warhammer.
about that gaming shit. Period. Like when I hear that shit, when I hear people talking about that shit, I kind of just like zone out. And I'm sure it's the same way like people zone out when I'm talking to them about like Transformers and toys and shit. Like it's like I see my wife do it. Like, well, not so much, not so much now, but there was a period where I'd be talking to her about this shit, and she just kind of and then you could tell in her mind she's thinking, I gotta take the dogs out, I gotta cook dinner. When's this motherfucker gonna shut up? You know what I'm saying?
Why
So-
did I marry
Yeah,
this
like,
guy?
She told me something once. Like we were having a discussion, right? And she told me that at one point when I first got into this whole collecting thing back in the day, like a long time ago, at our other house, right? She was like, there was times where she would look in the man cave when I wasn't home or something, like I was out contracting or some shit like that or whatever the case is, and she'd look around and she'd be like, something's not right about this. This is some really strange shit. And she told me it took her a while to get on board because for a while she was like something's not right about this, like as if I was some kind of psychopath or some shit.
Serial killer in the making.
Yeah, so I thought that was really, I was really caught by that one. Really caught me off guard when we was talking, and she told me she admitted that shit, dude. So I don't know, I don't know. Like, have you ever had a conversation with your wife, and she ever said anything to you about like when she first like realized that you were into the toys? She like, did she ever have any like moments like that that you
Uh,
know of?
I don't think she ever questioned my mental state, but I mean, like, even well, when we first started dating and she
Mm,
saw like all the shoes and stuff, she was like, how much money have you spent on this?
yeah.
And then, like, as you know, as we got more serious and we were, talking about marriage, like that kind of stuff, she's like, okay, but I'm a little concerned about the shoes and how much money do you spend on shoes? And
Which came first, the toys or the shoes for you? I would imagine shoes, right?
I mean, like, I've always collected something, man. Like, I was thinking about this too, and it's funny because my grandmother who passed, I kind of blame her
Mm-hmm.
for getting me started on this collecting thing. Like, I mean, we all got a ton of toys when we were kids,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like, I remember like setting them up, or like, Saturdays you'd bring everything out and set up big old battle scenes with everything, not just, one toy kind of a thing. And then like some of my favorites, like, that I kept them out, of the quote unquote toy boxes or whatever. You kept
Mm-hmm.
them like on your windowsill, or on the top of your little dresser, or whatever. Like I remember when I was a kid, man, like I had He-Man and Battle Cat and Skeletor and whatever his cat's name was,
Mm-hmm.
like on the top of my dresser. I had my four turtles on my dresser. I had Optimus Prime on my dresser. You know what I mean? Like I had a couple of my Star Wars, like 3 3/4 type
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But most everything else got put away. And then, I guess you call that collecting, but not collecting. You really don't take it too seriously as a
Yeah.
kid. But then, like, as I started to get a little older, and more into sports, like I started collecting like sports cards. And my grandma, she used to buy them for me all the time. Like she would like I remember she used to go to like Sam's Club or one of these like warehouse type stores, and they would have them, but you had to buy them like by the case.
Mm-hmm.
She'd buy the whole case, like 48 packages, and she'd be like, here you go. And like,
Wow.
and she would kind of collect them too. And she was a big Utah Jazz fan. Don't ask me why, but yeah, Karl Malone and John Stockton must have been them shorts. Um, but like
Those shorts
we,
are problematic, sir.
so
Those are
man,
some
maybe
short ass shorts, dude, with some
I
long
know.
ass legs.
I guess John Stockton's size did it for grandma. Um, but like, so we would like open them up, put them in order by like the card number, like, and like put them in the books and keep them nice. And like, I think that's kind of what really started me down this like collector thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I collected that through, I don't know, probably junior high, whenever you start finding girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then, kind of transitioned into shoes and clothes. You're trying to impress people in high
Yeah,
school and
yeah.
college, trying to get girls, whatever. And I kind of, I think I really got back into like collecting like the Transformer stuff, like when or I guess when I found out about Masterpiece. Like I remember not too long after my wife and I got married, is when Walmart had that 20-year anniversary Optimus Prime, the one that was like all die-cast, came with the stand, like
Oh
all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I remember I looked at it, I was like, man, I kind of want this. And like my wife was like, why? And I'm like, and I, kind of explained it to her. And at that time, like we hadn't been married very long. We were
This is the
still
period. This is the period right here.
like
This is the
we were
period.
like
Okay.
we were still living. I remember because we were living in our first like duplex
Mm-hmm.
place apartment. I don't know. There was like six of them. Like six of them. They were like townhouses, right? So we
Okay.
we were living in like our first townhouse, and I had it kind of like set up like on this entertainment center, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like underneath and on one of the corners. And like I just remember her. She's like, "Well, why do you want that?" And like you try to explain it to
That's
her.
it. That's that moment, dude. You gotta ask her. If you've never had this conversation, you got to ask her and then come back and tell the show, dude. What she, if she admits to what she thought about you about that. I guarantee you that was
Here,
the time.
Actually, she's home. She's home. Hang on.
Ask her. Okay.
Abbie, hang on. So, question for you, Mickey. Can you hear me?
Hello, Mrs. Lee.
Well, she can't hear you. All right. So, what is your question, Mickey?
Was there ever a time? Wait, can she hear me?
No, she can't hear you.
Okay. You're gonna repeat it. Okay. Was there ever a time where your wife, so my wife, she told me that there was a time frame where she looked early off in my collection or whatever, or my collecting. She looked in at my stuff and was like, "There's something that's not quite right about it." It's like she had an unsettling feeling about it. You know what I'm saying? And it took her
Okay.
a while to get past that.
All right. So, when Mickey and his wife first got married, and she kind of was like looking at the collecting thing, was there any point where you thought maybe there's not something right with this guy? This could be my shoes, or this could be this,
No, the toy specifically.
or toys specifically, all the time. So you were concerned. So do you remember the first one I got when we were living in our first in that first townhouse? You don't remember that one? It was the big. We had just got married.
Oh my gosh. I don't remember some stupid toy you bought.
You hear?
Yeah. That is a wife, sir. That is a wife.
I thought, oh, what have I done? I've married a child.
She sounds like my wife.
Mickey says you sound like his wife.
Oh shit.
Yes, you're excused now. Thank you, dear. All right, so apparently I'm a grown man child in my wife's eyes.
I sit back and I think and I wonder, like, I know she told me, right? Just like your wife just told you, but I wonder, like, in that moment where she's recalling this moment, I'm wondering, in that actual moment when she looked around, I wonder if my wife was like, just like for a split second, she thought that I was like some kind of freak of nature or some shit.
Psychopath. You're gonna be wearing her face later.
Like, come home and she might see some kids tied up in the closet or some shit.
Okay, this just took a dark turn here with that.
With like M&Ms and shit all over the floor.
Like some E.T. Do you remember E.T. where he's like puts the Reese's Pieces out every like 6 inches or so?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sitting in the room with like some 80s Star Wars shorts on and some shit, and some fucking tube top socks. You know what I'm saying? And one of those little fucking boat caps, the snapbacks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at her like, what? There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this.
It's natural, honey.
Yeah, it's natural.
Why fight it?
Don't be ignorant. It's just ignorance. Oh, that's so fucked up, dude. That's so fucked up. Let me ask you this question, man.
That is no, dude. I can't get that mental picture out of my head. I got you wearing some little short shorts with your little bicycle cap on, as a grown man with a bunch of little like 8 and 10-year-olds around you, and you're like, and this is my Hot Toys collection. These are my dolls. You can't touch these.
The t-shirt has to be like really small, like not just like tight, but like really small. Like I should not be wearing it to the point where it's coming up over my stomach. You know what I'm saying? Oh fucking god! Oh shit! Oh fucking god! Oh. That's so fucked up.
Hey honey, come sit with us. Come join us.
Come on in. No, don't untie him, honey. Don't untie him. Don't untie him.
Shh. I could just see you putting your finger over her lips. Shh.
It's okay.
Shh. It'll be okay. Shh. And then they hear the muffled. Another one in the closet.
Oh shit. Don't mind him. That's Toby. Toby, I told you were on timeout.
He was naughty, honey.
He was naughty. He doesn't know how to play nice. He wants
time.
to go outside. We gotta stop this now. Dude. Oh shit! I'm visiting areas of my fucking psyche that I don't think I'm prepared to look into yet.
I don't think anybody's prepared to look into that.
I'm all kinds of fucked up, man. Oh shit, dude. Oh man.
That was too funny, dude.
Okay, so let me ask you this question because I went through this thing, right? Remember when you were like having your rant when you was talking about like just taking all this shit apart, getting rid of all this shit because of the floppy? Remember that shit?
Oh yeah, my rant the other night.
What you want to fill everybody in on that shit, or
All right,
you want?
so I don't even remember what we were talking about.
You just came in out of nowhere. I think me and Adam was talking about some other shit, and you were like pissed off. And you just came in like I just sell all this shit.
All right, so with that giant ass Devastator coming in, like I had to like move some stuff around, right? And it wasn't just him, but it was like I picked up my Feral Rex and like the left hip joint just like automatically extended. Like I didn't even have to touch it, just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like fell out. So that kind of started it, and I was like, man, I got $600 in this combined because I had the extra piece too, right?
Right.
And I'm like, man, this piece of and like I was getting annoyed with it, and then like I was trying to put it back into a pose, and like that hip kept slipping, and I'm like getting really really annoyed. So I'm like, okay, so I finally got it to stay. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I pick up the Warbitron Computron, and the nose cone just falls like 6 feet off the top of a bookshelf.
Wow.
And then I'm like, damn it! And I moved it kind of quick to see where the leg went, and Stray fell off. And I'm like, like I had lost it. And I'm like, like, oh, dude, I was like, one of my sons was in the room, my youngest. He took off running. He's like, oh, that's man, I'm out of here.
I don't want no part of that.
Yeah, because normally, like when I'm in here and I'm messing around with stuff, they always like to come in. My wife's always scared to have them in here, like when I'm not home.
Yeah.
They've never broken anything, but she's just like, I don't even want to deal with it if they did.
Sounds just like my wife, man.
So, and like, man, when I at that point, man, I was done. Like, I was pissed off. I'm like, what did I say? That's it. I'm selling it all. It's all gone.
Like,
It's all gone.
sell all this shit. I'm
Sell
sick of this
all
shit coming
of it.
apart on me.
Sick of this. Spent all this money, and this thing just keeps coming apart on me.
Dude, you were fucking high, and I was like, oh shit, there goes Toy Detox.
No, that's just another the next iteration where I really am detoxing. I'm getting rid of everything. No, but I mean, like that actually brings up a good question, though, man. Like, what kind of money have you spent on a figure, and then it literally just turns to shit on you? Do any of them jump out at you? They you're like, I spent all this money and this thing's a piece of
That
trash.
just totally wasn't worth it. Let me look around, cause I'm typically pretty fucking careful, and if I'm going in on some junk, I already know it's junk. You know what I'm saying? But I think there was something. What was it? Okay, one of the things, and this is a 3A figure. It's like I think he's I think it's called the Death Mask Heavy Slicer or some shit like that. He has this huge backpack, and it's like a big battery pack, right? And he cannot hold this shit up without a stand. You know what I'm saying? And so I was doing a review, and as I'm doing the review of this shit, everything is just fucking falling off of it. And I was just getting pissed off during the review. And I'm trying to give it a positive review because I really like the figure, but I'm like, everything's just falling apart on the shit. You know what I'm saying? And he can't support the weight. And that shit was it was the chase figure. 3A does this thing where they'll drop releases of a figure, right? And
Okay.
then they'll do a different color version, which is called the chase figure. And sometimes typically that chase figure would be the more expensive because once it's sold out, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? And then it climbs in value like really quickly. But then there are those times where that chase figure isn't worth shit, right? So, but this particular figure, it was the more expensive one. And dude, I was so pissed off that I spent that amount of money on the figure and waited for what it was like a year to get the figure, and the shit was just falling the fucking part, man. It was just falling the fucking part. I think that's one of the main ones. There might have been something else, but if I had, I'm pretty sure I've gotten rid of it by now. Because there's definitely something I just can't bring it to mind right now.
Dude, I would like some listeners to chime in on this.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
like besides the typical Ollie Kronos, I mean, like even outside of Transformers, like
Yeah.
what have you guys spent money on and then had that, I don't want to say instant regret, but pretty damn close to instant regret.
Yeah, you guys fucking hit the comments up or send us an email or whatever the case is, and we'll have the links in the show notes, and let us know what regrettable purchases have you had of a figure that you spent some money. I ain't talking about like, we're not talking about like what. We're not talking about like going to the store and buying like a fucking Generations Transformer, right? We're talking about like you spent some
No,
coin on it.
those are always disappointing.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about you spent some coin on it, and that shit sucks. As a matter of fact, it would be kind of cool if we can get the guys, get the listeners to send in like little voice recordings talking about the experience. If we can like probably put together a collection of them if we get enough in and play them on one episode. What do you think about that?
I'm down.
Yeah, we'll flesh that out and put a post up requesting. But yeah, this is the official request.
We want your guys' feedback. Like, what have you guys spent some serious coin on that has just turned out to be a piece of shit?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be Transformers. It can be anything.
No, yeah, and I was gonna say, and don't put in Ollie or Kronos or any of the typical ones that people talk about all the time. Like, I want to know, like, what have you guys spent some money on, even outside of Transformers, that just was a piece of crap?
You want to do a giveaway for best story?
I don't know. What do you want to give away?
Oh, you can figure that out later. A piece of crap. We'll give away a piece of crap. Person with the best story of a piece of crap.
Mail a jar. Mail him a jar of Grandma's peach tea.
Yeah, exactly. We mail you a piece of crap. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so yeah, get us your submissions, man. So I don't know.
I'm not opposed to giving something away for the best story.
All right, okay, I'm cool. So here's
not at all.
Here's the guidelines, everybody. Here's the guidelines. It's got to be for the giveaway. It's got to be a voice recording. We want to hear you talk. All right. So you give us your story of the piece of crap as we stated in a voice recording. You send that to us, and we'll organize the way you're going to method, and we'll have it in the links for you, right? And we'll also do a little post for it as well. But best story. How about we run them on air on the show, and then we let everybody vote, and then the winner of that vote is the winner, and we send them something. How's that?
I'm okay with that.
Hey, check that out. We're knocking out giveaways live. Well, not really live, but in real time. Real-time concepts. Real-time concepts. That's pretty cool, man. So, the question I wanted to... You ready? You ready to move forward or what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, off the same...
Well, wait, hang on. Are you done talking about dolls?
I'm pretty sure it's going to come back up when we get back around to Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, the question I wanted to ask you, the reason why I asked you about the whole, wanting to sell that whole rant, right?
Ugh.
Is okay. So I had this thought at that time because at the same time I was selling a lot of shit, right? And I was really becoming like disassociated with my collection because I wasn't really fucking with it because I've really been getting into this. Right now I'm in my animating classes, right? So I'm really getting into it and shit. That's a whole other thing, right? So I haven't been fucking spending time with this shit, but I've also been getting frustrated more so than usual with the collector community. You know what I'm saying? And so it gave me the thought, and we can.
Man, you're going deep right now.
I'm just being straight up. So we can get into all of this shit. We can get into all of this shit, right? But it brought the thought, like, would collecting be the same for us now without, like doing it over social media, the groups and all of that shit? Like, you get your hauls and you take your pictures and you show it and you're interacting in the groups and shit. Because I feel like that really enhances the collector experience because it connects you with a lot of other collectors and shit, right? Mm-hmm. But it also comes with, as we know, it also comes with a lot of frustration and irritation and shit and drama and shit. So, would you ever consider pulling out of the social media aspect of collecting as far as like the hobby goes, right? And then the next question that goes along with that is, would it be the same? And if it is not the same feeling, then does that mean that some of your collecting is being driven by the social media aspect? Like, if you separate them and it's no longer the same, does that mean that some of the social media shit is kind of driving your collecting further than it would be had you not been into the social media groups?
That's like 10 questions in one, man.
Okay, so first question, have you ever considered stepping away from the social media aspect, or would you ever?
Well, all right. How about before we even get there? Because I mean, if you really look at collecting, and even if you want to call it social media, mm-hmm. I mean, it's it's evolved and it's changed a lot in the last few years. Because I mean, like if you remember, man, like all this stuff started like TFW, AllSpark, Cybertron, spelled incorrectly. You know what I mean?
What is the
Like
deal with that? What's the deal with that? Like, I never understood that.
it's probably because Hasbro has Cybertron
Okay, okay. I was wondering.
copyrighted or something. But no, like so. I mean, like I even remember back in those days. I don't know if you were into the forums or any of that stuff, but like,
I was into TF World 2005, whatever that shit is.
mhm.
That's what actually led me to the collector groups, I think, or vice
Well,
versa. I don't fucking know.
all right. So yeah. So I mean, like I started like in those groups, like in the TFW groups, like
Hmm.
specifically, it's kind of where I spent my most time in my early Transformer days on the web.
Hmm.
And like they seemed okay, but I mean like you look back at it now, like even some of the nonsense that goes on in the Facebook groups, it seems like there was just as much nonsense in those groups too. Um, Probably even a little bit more because it seemed like it was a little more anonymous
Yeah,
because you didn't have a Facebook profile that went with it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, and I mean, as it progressed, I mean, now it's like, you can jump into any one of the groups. Actually, most of us are in multiple groups.
Yeah, I'm in like over
And
100.
oh my gosh. Oh, you're ridiculous. So I mean, like, you can jump into just about any group you want. Each group's kind of got its own theme or its own set of rules, whatever. But I guess your next question would be like, does the group influence what I'm buying?
Well, no, but before you go into that, does the irritation of some of the bullshit that goes on in the groups, have you ever gotten frustrated and felt like continuing to collect, but just not taking part in the social aspect of it, as far as like the Facebook aspect? Let's just deal with the
Okay.
Facebook aspect
All
of it.
right. So I could tell you probably a month to 6 weeks ago, I've slowly started dropping groups.
Hmm.
And I don't feel like I need to be a part of so many groups. I mean, for the most part, it's the same people that are in almost every group. They all share the same stuff. Like, one person puts something out and then like everybody runs with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's not a lot of originality in these groups. Now, some of them are, dedicated to just third party. Some are dedicated just to Takara, Masterpiece, whatever. And then you have kind of cafe and whatever else. And like I don't find the need, like, or the drive to be in so many groups anymore. Like I don't. Like it's just I've got it narrowed down now, and I'm probably going to lose a few more and keep it very small.
hmm. So you're actually doing that now.
Yeah, I mean it comes to a point where I don't say enough's enough, but I mean it comes to a point where you don't need to be part of 20 transformer groups.
Yeah,
They're all sharing the same stuff. They're for the most part they're all doing the same stuff.
yeah, yeah. So do you feel like, and I guess it goes to the next. Well, let me address that. Let me address the same question on my side then. So I'm pretty much in the same boat. Like I am in a ass load of fucking groups, right? But
Mm.
I've noticed that I'm not like. There was a time frame where I was actually interacting. Like I've always been in a bunch of groups, but for me it was always a more so for selling, because I got into the Facebook groups for the purpose of selling. You know what I'm saying? Originally, right?
Yep.
And then I slowly got into like, and there were certain groups I actually interact in, right? And I see. At one point, it came to a thing whereas I wasn't actually interacting as a group member, just in the community as much because of my schedule. You know what I mean? So other than just like selling or posting the review stuff, and this is before Toy Detox. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't as active, but I was still active. I've come to a point now where I'm not active. I'm not like you'll see me post the posts you see me put in there. Not you, but the people that are listening, is stuff related to Bray's toy review, keeping that news flow going, keeping the reviews spam going. You know what I'm saying? And Toy Detox, right? And then of course like supporting Realm of Collectors and SCU and Nerd Rage Radio. but I'm nowhere near as I'm in no way as active as I was before. You know what I'm saying? So that number of groups is solely for the show purposes and all that crap, and then of course for selling. So I'm done. I'm done, and I don't think it's affected my collecting at all. And so that's the next question I wanted to pose to you. Like, has it affected your drive for collecting?
I don't think it's. I don't think it's affected my drive, right? So like I'm still collecting, I'm still buying.
Hmm.
From time to time. Well, even like yourself, like my life has taken a dramatic change in the last 8 months.
Hmm.
Like when I signed that sheet and I got moved to New York, like life changed.
Yeah.
And even now, like I had people that I used to talk to almost every single day, and now it's like there's very few people that I talk to every day. Some people I used to talk a lot on the phone with too, and it's nothing against them. It's definitely a me issue, but like I get up at 5:30 every.
It's not you, it's me.
Well, no, I mean, no, like seriously, like I don't even know if I've really even told. Well, you might know more than some than others. Like I get up at like 5:30 every morning. Like
Yeah.
I'm out the door by 6:30.
We're together on that one. That's something we always had in common. We've had it
That
common for a while.
that is so I can get to New York City by like 8 to 8:30 depending on traffic.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm at work from whenever I get there till at least probably 6 o'clock at night every night.
Hmm.
Okay, if I'm lucky, I can catch a 6:40 back to where I live. I don't walk in my front door. If I'm on that 6:40, I do not walk in my front door till after 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
That is Tuesday through Friday.
Okay.
So I don't have a lot of time to interact. Like, because it sounds bad, but it's like while I'm commuting, like my laptop's open, I'm getting all my pre-work done, responding to emails, just doing a lot of that stuff.
Hmm.
And then on the way home, it's like I'm trying to close out my day, tie up any loose ends. You know what I mean? So by the time I do get home, I don't have to open my laptop, and I can be the dad and the husband that I need to be. Now weekends are a little bit different, but I mean that core thing. And then even on Mondays, like I don't go all the way into New York City. I go like just because the commutes get so long, I drive south about an hour. That way I can try to get home earlier on Monday nights.
Hmm.
And it's just that's ate up a lot of time versus in Vegas. When I was living in Vegas, it was like, get up, do your email, get to where I need to be by 9, 5:30, 6 o'clock rolls around, and I drive home, and I'm home by like within 30 minutes. Like I don't have that anymore.
Hmm.
Like my commute has gotten exponentially longer. So it's something's got to go, I guess you can say, right? Like it's being replaced by this. So it's like I can't be like you said, like unless it really has something to do with Detox supporting the guys in the network, if it's SCU or if it's Nerd Rage or ROC, like I'm really not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's nothing personal. It's nobody in the groups, but the other part of that is I've become. It seems like the longer I'm in the fandom, the less amount of bullshit I'm willing to put up with.
Yes, I was going to get to that. Yes. Okay. You're rolling naturally. Go ahead.
It's just wearing on me. The constant hate and trolling for the sake of trolling, like I didn't share pictures of that Devastator, that toy. I sent them to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hey man, this thing really is badass. Like if you haven't had a chance to play with this, but like before, like and I'll still do stuff on the Instagram and tag it. I still haven't done it for Devi.
Yeah.
Like I want to, but part of me is like, if I put this up, I know what this is going to turn into. This is going to turn into Toy World versus Generation Toys versus Compilables.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm getting real sick of the guys that are like I just saw it the other day. Like somebody had posted some of the Titans Return Deluxe. Like they had their Chrome Dome, and they had their Scourge, their Hardhead, and they wheelie. Like, it was like a little group shot, right? And then some guy scrolls down, I already have my Headmasters, and he like posted a picture of like all of his fans' projects stuff.
Yeah. And
I was like, I'm like, bro, if you're gonna try to like troll somebody, at least put up the Make Toys ones. You know what I mean? Like, those fans project ones are a little dated. And part of me wanted to be like, do I troll the troll and post pictures of Coppola and whatever Hardhead's name is in front of Pandanus and be like, oh, I have my Headmasters too. Yeah. No, I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? And we've seen it a lot with the Dinobots and like the Combiners, and especially like when Devi. I think that Devi situation was kind of like my catalyst. I think that's the one that kind of pushed me over the edge.
I think that one pretty much tapped it out for a lot of us, dude. Because that ongoing argument is just. I wonder. Side note, right quick. I wonder if you remember that post. It was like it got to be so fucking long with the dude with the I want to say it. I think we're talking about the same thing. As a matter of fact, I want to say it was the Toy World Devi versus the Titan Returns Devi or whatever the fuck it is. Remember that long
Combiner Wars Devi? Yeah, that was the one where the guy actually admitted he was wrong.
Yeah.
When he was like, "Oh, never mind, I'm wrong. It looks exactly like what it's supposed to be."
But the fucking post kept going, and I feel like that one for me tapped out. I tapped out with that one. I was like, "Oh God, fucking come on!" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I want to say that thing went for like I think 300 comments, almost 400 comments.
That was a fucking long thread, dude.
Wow.
And at that point, no one's really even debating or anything. It's just. You're just hitting the last few comments you saw and attacking those. That's why those shits continue to go. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I was gonna say that's the problem though. It's just like, and especially this year with it being an election year, I've probably put more people on ignore this year just from their political posts on both sides. Like I was
wondering why you weren't. I was wondering why I wasn't getting likes from you best. That's what.
But like all these political, it's the same thing. I'm like, I will take all these people off ignore in 2017 because even after the election they're going to be butthurt. So I will see a lot of you in 2017. I'm sorry if you don't see me commenting. That's why. So
I was going to ask, and I'll address the same things that I asked you too. But I was going to ask if you feel like. Since you've come out of this, since you're not so active in social media with the collecting, are you getting the same enjoyment? But as you were talking, and I think me and you share a lot. We definitely share a lot in common as far as like our scheduling, our time, the crunch. You know what I'm saying? And our like our loyalties to the other guys. So we do that work as well, right? I was going to ask you, do you feel like the payoff for your collecting is it not as great because you're not interacting with the social media groups? But now the idea, the thought has come about in my head, is the payoff that much sweeter? Because I feel like I'll skip ahead on answering the other. So just to say this, I feel like the few moments that I get in my room with my stuff now, not being concerned with the whole post a picture, take a picture of this, even with the fucking toy review shit, fuck all that shit. I feel like I get more enjoyment out of it now, or even more time to mess with shit. Because before it was a thing of, oh, let me get some pics up of this, let me get some pics up of that, gotta get this quick, you know what I'm saying? Gotta show this real fast, and then I'm so much on Facebook messaging and going back and forth that I'm not enjoying my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the payoff is more now.
Well, and okay, I'm with you there. Like, I do enjoy a lot of the guys that are in the network, right? Like,
I'm not talking about like your personal payoff for your personal collecting.
Well, no, I'm getting there. Okay. So, like before, like you said, it seems like it's a race. Like whenever you get something, who can get it up the fastest, who can get the review up the fastest, who can get the pictures up the fastest, that guy's going to get the most likes, comments, and shares. And, we've talked about it before. That's how people validate themselves or what they're doing, right? Yeah. I have found more things where like, and don't get me wrong, like I like the comparisons, like I like to look because I really only want to purchase a figure once, not two or three times down the road in a short amount of time. So like there is parts of that I like, but to your point, like the opinions of people, like I'm before it was like you saw a post of a figure you were interested in, you were looking at almost every one of those posts. Where now it's like I almost got a pre-installed filter on my stuff. Like unless you're somebody that obviously the people that are in the network, like I like to listen. Sometimes we agree, other times we don't agree, and that's fine. Like I enjoy that. It'd be boring if we all agreed 100% of the time. Or like unless you're somebody that I know as a collector and like I kind of know what your tastes and sensibilities and like the things you like those are the people I'm paying attention to. Like I've kind of cut out all that white noise. Like I don't want to listen to it. And then it's funny, man, like this Devi, I've probably flipped this thing. I got it, put it into vehicle mode, or it was kind of, I don't know. They come in vehicles, right? So you get them out in vehicles. You look at them, you're like, all right, this is sweet. Then immediately I wanted to go to combine mode because I wanted to see how big this thing was, right? And then I let it stay that way for a couple of days, and it's like, let me break these down into the robots. So then I had them in robots, and then it's put them into vehicles because I'm traveling across the country with these things in my backpack, right? Got it home. Put it back together. Now it's been Debbie, and now my son today is like, Dad, can we turn them into robots? Absolutely. And it's like I'm not worried about taking photos or putting up pictures or doing any of those things. Like I'm spending time enjoying my purchase.
Yeah.
So it's more fulfilling to me that way, and like I feel like, especially now because we're kind of in that lull. Like there's not a lot right now out, so it's like getting to spend more time in figures. Like I don't like it when I spend, $100-200 on a figure, and it's like you get them out of the box, and then you just put them out. You play with it real quick, and you put it on the shelf, and that's the end of it.
Yes, a wrap. On to the next.
Well, and there's times like depending on who I'm getting stuff from, but like I'll just be like, just ship that one, and they're like, well, you get free shipping. I don't just ship the one, because if I what I've been finding is when I'd rather spend the extra $5 to $10 to ship it, because then I get it one-on-one and I'm able to spend more time with it. And don't get me wrong, like it's cool to get a big box, right? Like when you get a box and it's got 5, 6, 7, 8 figures in it, like it's cool, but like how much time do you really get to enjoy with each figure?
Fucking none.
You're probably opening the box, putting it in bot mode, and then putting it on the shelf, and that's the end of it.
There was a point where I was getting like huge boxes from TCP. I was out of control. I was getting huge boxes from TCP like every other week or something. I mean, huge boxes full of shit, right? And I was not getting to even fuck with. I would have a box. I've only actually messed with one figure out of that box, and I have another box arriving here now a week later or a week and a half later, and I haven't even gone through the first box yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's not as fun, man. And I was just telling my wife yesterday that I can't remember when the last time I actually, as a matter of fact, I think the last time I've gotten something in the mail, if I'm not mistaken, was the stuff I got from you, and the that Marvel Legends set I got from Pinkerton. You know what I'm saying? And that's been a while now. So I haven't gotten in the box, but I haven't had that normal itch for it either. Not saying I don't want to collect or anything like that, but I've been so preoccupied with everything else that I haven't gotten in that new stuff. So I find myself messing with my old stuff now, and I'm actually enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like that, man. I mean, yeah, you pick up little things here and there as you're going around and seeing stuff. You know what I mean? Like I pick up a legend here or something like that. But none of that shipment stuff. And the only thing I'm really watching out for is those last 2 fucking gravity builders. You know what I'm saying? But
I was gonna say the one should be here next week.
Yeah, I was talking to Cody last night. I was hoping that Cody might, like, because I know where he is, that they're not going to get the other one any sooner. But I was just hoping. I was like, hey, dude, if you see the other one, if you see both of them, just let me know. I seen the money ASAP. You know, I see your money ASAP. You can ship all that shit together, dude. But those are the only things I'm really looking out for, and that's because I have the gravity builder figures 2 per 2 on my monitor, my little studio monitors here in the room. So whenever I gaze to the right, they're right there, and they're bright green. So it's like a flashing light. But to the point, or to the question earlier.
Well, hey, hang on before you get there. Side note: I just sent you a photo of the Toy World leg versus the Generation Toy leg.
Wait, let me see. Oh, my wife texted me. What does she want to yell at me about? Hold on. Where'd you send that?
It's in the Facebook chat.
Thank you to that guy. Corporate, right?
Nope. I think I just sent it to your personal one. Might be in corporate. Oh well.
I think it's in the corporate too, because I'm looking at corporate right now. I don't have a. Yeah, I think it's corporate. God damn it, that's the wrong. Okay, yeah. Huh. It looks so. It looks pretty close, but that Toy World leg is clearly bigger.
Well, and it's the thighs and waist. It's at where you're gonna get that extra 4 or 5 inches. Yep.
But I mean, just looking at that shovel is obviously bigger, dude. And that because I'm looking at Toy World, the generation one next to it, right? And that little bit in the front there looks like it adds extra height to it, but not really. So that other one is clearly larger. That's an impressive figure, man. That Toy World Devastator is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I'm still on the fence of picking that guy up. Not no time soon though.
All right.
Anytime soon.
So back to what you were saying.
What was I saying? Yeah. So I don't know. I think I'm actually enjoying, because I'm not active in the groups, guys. I'm not trying to be fucked off. I don't know how you guys view that. You know what I'm saying? When you see me post, like mass posts in the groups, and it's Braves toy review or whatever, I'm not stopping in the groups and looking at shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, dog. So I mean, occasionally I might pop in here and there and see some things, but I'm not. I don't have the time with all the stuff going on. I don't have the time. So and to be honest with you, like you said, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the foolishness, the arguments, the same repetitive questions of, well, if you got this figure, well, do you think I should get this figure? I don't want to deal with it. I don't. And I found myself getting to a point where I was kind of like, I don't want to say looking down on people, but I was getting highly irritated with some of the behavior that I was seeing, some of the repetitive behavior that I was seeing. And I don't want to deal with it, man. Like when that. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, that guy. Like, I know that guy, like the one you're talking about, right? Not any one specific person, but the guys that are like, "Hey, I'm debating between figure A and figure B."
And there's nothing against that guy.
Not at all. And like, I'm all for people making that, asking and doing those things, but like, I'm not the guy who's gonna respond anymore. Where in the past, I would be like, well, hey, I've got this and this, or this from this company. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to help that guy.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't want to help him now. It's just there's so much stuff. There's so much like just toxicity and negativity.
Yeah.
And I'm talking Facebook in general, social media in general. I'm not even talking Transformers, but there's a lot in our fandom as well too. Like, I don't want to deal with it, man. Like, I'm cutting that negativity out of my life. Like, unless you're somebody who is producing some sort of a product, if it's a show, if it's an add-on piece, if it's something like where people are contributing to the fandom, like, I'm all for it. But like, I don't need people that are purposely tearing other people down, that are, trashing somebody else's purchase. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't need that. I don't. Like, that guy, like, I collect for me. Like, I don't collect for you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure we all have figures in our collections right now that are, lack of a better term, like a guilty pleasure figure. Yeah. There's stuff that, obviously there's going to be a lot of hate for that.
Hashtag Sandstorm.
Right? Like, well, he's a second shelf bitch for me. He's not on the very bottom, but he's on that second from the bottom. But I mean, like, there's certain figures like that. Like, look, man, I bought it because I wanted to, in this example, like, I wanted a Sandstorm. You said you liked it, like,
and I still do. Don't get me wrong, I still do.
Right. Like, I still have mine. I haven't sold him. He's standing over there with Perceptor and Blaster. Yeah. Like, he looks fine. But like, I don't need you to come through and just throw hate all over it.
Yeah,
like that's
man.
fine. Like you cannot like a figure, but like you don't have to trash. And I guess it's not even people trashing the figure. It's people like just ripping down each other
Yeah.
for no other reason than to make themselves feel better.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro. And I don't want to deal with it. That conversation that we had in the group the other day, based off that post, right? That's the first time I've gotten pulled, and I didn't really get pulled into that. 'Cause I don't think I may have commented in it, but I don't think I did. I think I just me and Bobby had a conversation back and forth, right? And I looked at that after we were done with it, right? And I was like,
Which post was this? You
this
gotta
is
remind me.
okay.
Man.
So remember there was this I came to you guys in the chat and I was like, look at this bullshit talking about that particular post in that particular group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so Bobby came in and he was saying this guy's got a history, blah blah blah. And so
Yep.
the conversation was more so, well, from my perspective, the conversation was more so about pricing, having the ability to price for what you want, blah blah blah. And then Bobby was addressing the guy himself, his history, whatever the case is, right? And so when I got finished looking at our conversation on it, right? Because as it always does, it changes to some other shit. We go somewhere totally different. Like,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't even matter anymore. I like, looked at the conversation, and then obviously I went back and looked at the thread because again, I was not considering the guy. I had no concept of this guy. I don't fucking know him. He might even be on my friends list because I got a lot of people on my friends list, right? But I may not even have ever had words with this guy, so I don't know anything about him. But because Bobby raised some points about the guy, I wanted to go back and actually look at it, right? And I thought about the time that I took to go back and look at that thread, and I was like, "This is why I don't fuck with this shit." You know what I'm saying? This is why I
Because you
don't
just
fuck.
got sucked into like a 20 minute
yeah,
rabbit hole.
yeah. Like I don't mind having a conversation with Bobby. I don't mind having a conversation with you because that's what we do. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But the time it takes to go back through a thread and see who's saying what, why they're saying, and all of that shit. It's just too, especially when it's so long. It's just too much. And I was like, this is why I don't want to even deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the conversation that we had, that I was having with Bobby, right? When I break it down, I feel like, okay, no one's incorrect here, especially since we're talking about two different points. He's making his points concerning the guy, and in that he's correct because the guy has whatever his history is. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a point about being able to pay for what you charge, what you want to charge, whatever the case is, and I feel like I'm correct. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, who's right, who's wrong, it doesn't even matter. It's a conversation amongst friends, but and I feel like that's what it should be. But that other shit, that shit is just a time. It just sucks up time, and next thing you know, you spend all this time going through posts and one upping somebody, and for fucking what? Because guess what? About 100 posts down, your comment's not even gonna matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? But
So I can type my comment proving somebody wrong,
Yeah.
sit back in my chair and fold my arms and just nod like got him.
Yeah, got
Like
that motherfucker.
that's what a lot of these people do. But like, okay, so this post specifically, like the one you're talking about, right?
Right.
Like it doesn't matter. Like you can sell whatever you have for whatever price you want. That's
Yeah.
the beautiful thing about where we are in the world,
Yeah,
right?
this is
Capitalism at best, free market.
Yeah,
Like I can put something up for $1,000 and I can sit there and I can bump it every day for a month and not one person's going to ask me about it. I'll probably get the guys commenting saying that I'm stupid, I'm crazy, I need to adjust my price, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's my item. I can sell it for whatever I want. So do you want to take the time and bump it every day for a month?
Yeah.
Or would you rather price it no bites, lower it by $5, no bites? You know what I mean? Like
yeah, play the game.
I mean, doesn't matter. It's none of your business. Like if you're not gonna buy it or if you're not interested, like why do you even care? Like just smirk, laugh, okay, keep moving along.
Yeah.
But like in this particular instance, like the guy bought something which I thought was overpriced anyway, and then was selling it for $5 more than what he paid for it. And when you look at it, it's probably a little more, and not like maybe 10 to 15% increase than what he paid for it.
Mhm.
That's fine. The item was overpriced to begin with anyway, but
Yeah.
then when he started coming off like, oh, I'm just trying to help fellow collectors, blah blah blah, I'm like, well, you bought 3 of them. I don't necessarily think that you were trying to help collectors. Same kind of like those guys that bought up all the grooves when they hit Amazon, right?
Yeah.
And they bought them. I think they were paying 18 to 20 something bucks, and the next thing you know, there's, people are posting a picture, and that's the other thing. Like, if you post a picture with like 40 grooves, expect some blowback.
Okay, let's touch that for a second.
And like, I've seen it a lot, and a lot because of this show, and because of other shows, because we're not just Transformers. I'm in a couple Marvel Legend groups. I'm in some Star Wars groups, just to kind of be able to stay relevant and be able to be, have an opinion on something that actually is rooted in the community. You know what I mean? It's not like, yes, I'm observing from afar. No, I'm really not buying those, but at least I know enough about them that I can have a conversation about them, right?
Yeah.
And there's these guys that are like, oh, here's my 40 Deadpools. You know what I mean? Like, expect to get some blowback. You know what I mean? Like, people are finding them, and then like, this one guy had a picture. I can't remember how many it was. It was more than 20, probably not quite 40.
I saw that picture.
And, well, that's the thing. There's been multiple pictures. I saw one guy, like, he had them all on his shelves. Another guy, like, laid them out on the floor. You know what I mean? So there's multiple people that have done it.
Yeah, sure.
And the one guy was like, 75 shipped, or I'm willing to trade for this, and this, and this. Like, dude, it's a $20 figure in the store. If you're going to price it 4 times over what retail is, expect some shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's your right. If you beat everybody out and you bought them all, that's fine. That's 100% in your right. And again, that goes back to capitalism, right?
Yeah.
Early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
But you may want to be smart about it and post a picture of one.
Yeah. I think some cats is like, I'm gonna piss some motherfuckers off.
Oh no, there's definitely
there's
those
got
types of
to be, because there's no way you don't think, because okay, a few things here, right? So let me travel back in time a little bit. So the first thing, one of the things you said about the cats posting pictures where they got like 1,000 figures, they went around and bought all the Deadpool. Hey, can you hear me? Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you now. You were breaking up.
Okay, and go. Okay, so the point you made about the guy posting a bunch of stuff, like 50 Deadpools in one picture, right? So he has that right because it's his money. Just as you said. I don't want to rehash what you said, right? He has that right because he has the money. You expect the blowback, right? And I just the idea of an adult getting on the post and flipping the fuck out because, one, he can't find him in his area. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's in a whole different state. You know what I mean? And maybe in a whole different country. Who knows? And you're flipping out on him because you're taking your frustration because you can't find that figure in your area out on this guy and saying that's unfair. And I look at those kinds of posts and maybe is it unfair? He has the store puts them out in the store. He has the dollars to pay for them. It might make shit tough for someone, I know, but that's just the way life is, right? So is it really unfair? Is it really wrong of that person to go and buy that shit? Or is it just fucking childish of you to take up time to cry about it? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, well, I got news for you. If that guy who got them all, if he wouldn't have bought them, somebody else right behind him would have bought them and done the same thing.
Yeah, or how about this? 40 people would buy. Either way, they're not on the shelf anymore. You know what I'm saying? Either way, they're not on the shelf anymore. 1, 2, either way, your ass ain't getting it because you don't live over there. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck? But it's that's a conversation we've had many times before. My point is, I don't want to take the time to think about whether it is fucked up, is not fucked up, or even challenge myself with the issue at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to deal with it. I don't even want to deal. There was a time where I lived for that shit, getting up in there and fighting the battle, fighting the debate. I don't even want to bother myself with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of just breeze on past the groups, dude.
I think it's part of just, I don't want to say maturing as a collector, but like, as I think the longer you're in this, I just think I don't want to use sensibilities either, but I just think that you grow tired of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, at first it's exciting, taxing, it's man. Fun. Yeah. And like you it's entertaining, so you get that little bit of an adrenaline kick off of it too. You know what I mean? But like after a while, it's just like it ain't worth it.
No, it ain't. Because consider, you might make your point. You might get the one up on somebody, but guess what? I guarantee you 20 more posts down, that same conversation, that same question, that same point is going to be remade by someone else. And
Exactly.
You're no longer relevant.
Well, a couple things here too. The term, well, that's not fair. I got news for you, man. Life isn't fair. Life is hard. Get a helmet. You know what I mean?
Real.
And then people that act like this only happens in collecting. No, it doesn't. People scalp. There were people scalping movie tickets for episode 7. There are people that scalp concert tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A hot new shoe drops. Guess what?
Scalping.
There's a bunch of guys outside. They're gonna buy them, and guess what? They're gonna take them home and put them online and sell them for a profit.
Yeah.
It happens in everything. I see women do it like with different bags. Or this print, or like my wife the other day, there's this new company of these legging things she likes, and they do like limited prints, and there's certain retailers that in order to get the limited print, you got to buy 2 other pairs of pants. you know what I mean? Like they put them in package deal. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Guess what? You want a limited edition car, or you want a nice car with you're gonna buy a Mercedes. Well, do you want the black label Mercedes? Yeah, well, guess what? It's limited edition. You're going to pay more for it.
Yeah, that is
you know what I mean?
The nature of the game. I think that I said it in that conversation that we had because I didn't even know what the toy was, dude. I didn't even know. I had no idea. And then I found out later on. When
Walgreens brainstorm. Just put it out.
I don't know why I thought it was fucking a Marvel Legend.
Nope.
When I saw somebody said Walgreens, because earlier my initial thought was Transformer, but I think later on down the line, I think someone might have mentioned Deadpool was what it might have been, and then I was like, okay, Marvel Legends collectors, I should have known, because Marvel Legends collectors, dog. When you want to see some motherfuckers cry, like the same way in the Transformer community, you got the motherfuckers fighting back and forth about which figure is better, whether it's Hasbro or third party. You had that ongoing battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Marvel Legends community, the ongoing battle there is accessibility and the idea of who's a scalper and who's not a scalper. You know what I'm saying? And if you buy more than 3 of a figure, you know what I'm saying, in a different state, all of a sudden you are a scalper. And you will receive some hate like you've never gotten before from a bunch of grown men who are upset because the figure hasn't made it to their store yet.
Well, I was going to say, that's the one thing that's kind of different with this Transformer fandom than the others, is they don't have that third-party market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, now, they're getting, I don't even want to call it third-party, and it's, at least not that I've seen, like, even, well, kind of. I mean, we got the guy in the Transformer fandom that comes in and one-ups the guy who just got all of his Titans Return stuff with his third-party stuff. And I've seen a little bit of that in some of the superhero groups, like the Legends groups or stuff, like where people pop in their Play Arts Kais or, one of these other things. Or their Figma, when the guys were somebody posted what was it? I think it was the Injustice Joker, and then somebody posted their SH Figure Arts Joker, and I'm just like, come on, bro, it's the same type of mentality. Now with that Marvel Legends group, like, you can't go to the store and buy, for the most part, like, and I'm looking around my room right now, aside from, what do I have left? A Hasbro MP10. Anything else in here, you can't go to the store and buy it. Yeah. It's either third party or Takara. Like, you're not going to find it.
Yeah.
So versus those Legends groups, man, like, those guys, and I give it up to them, man. Like, I see these guys commenting, oh, I went on a 8 Walmart, 4 Target hunt tonight, and I'm just like, holy shit, this guy went to 12 different stores.
That's the Marvel Legends collecting life. I've done it myself, dude. I'm
like, man, this guy went to 12 different stores. Like, he deserves to buy whatever he finds. If he's gonna take that much time and effort and gas, like, buy them all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, don't go home and cry because you check your one Walmart once a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this guy's the one who's putting in the effort and working for him.
That when there was a while back when the the Marvel Legends, where they re-released the Hydra agents, and then of course they did the agents of what was the yellow costume motherfuckers? I can't remember what the fuck. The AIM guys, right? Dude, that's army building. So motherfuckers were losing their shit. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's looking for them, and then they only can, I think, maybe two a case, something like that. So motherfuckers was losing their shit. And if you post, and I was one of those guys that drove all around finding them shit, 'cause you want to have a fucking army. You know what I'm saying? So in the first months of it, dude, like if you post a picture where you got like fucking a good bit of them, like I think I had at one point I had 20 of each. You know what I'm saying? I had
Wow.
20 of each. Because I was working, though. I was putting the work in looking for that shit, right? And you know, and so what you do is, after you get them all, right, you stack them all up nice and tall, right? Because you keep them in the package, right? You stack them all up, and then you take a picture of them, and then you post that pic, and you just sit back and you just wait for all the hate. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers, they just lose their minds because they can't find it. And this is why I can't find it, because this guy's got them. You know, like, and you look at the person who made the comment, and they're living in bumblefuck, tumblefuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
Hey, I've been there. Nice town.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that mentality of motherfuckers angry because they don't have something. But that is a part of the Marvel Legend collecting. Whereas if you want this figure, and Hasbro's gotten better, or they were getting better, and it seems like it's kind of fucking up now. But I think that's more about just products sitting on shelves and stores not putting out a new product yet because of all that shit sitting on the shelves. Because that fucking Spider-Man, that wave that came up, the Venom bath wave and some other wave, a couple of those old waves, they're still just all over the shelves, dog. You can't get anything new. I'm surprised they're putting that X-Men shit out, right? But you can't. It's harder. It was harder to find it then, so people just lost their fucking minds, man. And I don't know how much longer we want to go on this topic, dude. But I'm done with the social media shit, dude. I am. I'm done. If it's not pertaining to what we're doing with this, I can't do it no more, man. I can't do it because after getting the taste of enjoying my collection the way I'm enjoying it now, like I'm fucking with some figures now that I hadn't fucked with since I got them, dude. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like it, man.
Well, it's funny, man. Like, I even gone back. Like, since I got that Toy World Devi,
Yeah.
I've been playing with my Generation Toy ones more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a great feeling, man.
And I like them both, and I like them for different reasons. You know what I mean? And it's okay. You know what? I can have both. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
you don't have to get mad at me because I have both.
It's quite okay. He's an elitist. It's all right.
I'm a third-party 1%er.
It's all right. So yeah, I would like to hear what like the listeners think about that. Like if you guys ever thought about pulling out of the groups, you know what I'm saying, or not being as active in the groups, or if you're already doing that, you know what I'm saying, and how do you feel that affects your collecting? I would love to hear that from you guys. So yeah, send those emails in as well, and those comments in. Dude, do you want to move on to something else, or you good on time?
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, man. Speaking of third-party 1%ers, shout out to my fellow 1%ers.
Hey,
dude.
Big ups, 1%ers.
These, huh?
No, I was saying big ups to the 1%ers. Big
Oh, I was gonna say I kicked you out, dude.
Did you? See, there you go. I didn't even notice. There you go.
I
There you
I
go.
couldn't have any more of that Mickey negativity in there.
There you go.
No, man. I was just gonna say, man. Do you want to talk about these TF Nation pictures that have
Yeah,
surfaced?
let's get into that. Let's get into that.
All right. Well, which one do you want to start with? I know what I want to talk about, but I want to save that big bastard for last.
Well, let me ask you this question. You want to get into the DC Marvel conversation in this call too? Do you think that would go faster than the TF Nation stuff?
Which DC Marvel conversation you want to talk about?
Just catching up to the DC Marvel stuff, period. Because we haven't had a call, a show one at all. So
I know, do we have so much to talk about?
Yeah.
I think we could. I think we could talk about photos first.
okay.
And it'll probably be a quicker conversation than talking about Marvel,
Yeah,
DC,
yeah.
Suicide Squad, everything else.
All right,
so.
I'm with you. All right, let's go. I'm with you on. I'm following you on the picks because I haven't been looking. I think I saw some of the Make Toy stuff last night just because of the situation from last night. So
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, do we want to talk about that loosely?
Let's touch it. Let's touch it, dog. Let's get our fingers dirty. Let's dip our toes in the ooze a little bit.
So for those of you guys that are following, last night, which would
Wait,
depending on when
set
this
set it
goes-
up first. Set it up first, Tyler. Set it up first. Like frame it. Let the people know, in case they don't know, just how fucking Toy Detox was getting hit up with the likes because of all of the pics that we were sharing.
All right, so last night, so this would have been August 19th, depending on when the show goes up. We started throwing up all kinds of pictures
All
from
kinds of the shits.
all kinds of pictures from the TF Nation convention that's going on right now.
Word up.
And we were kind of the first ones with them, and it spread like wildfire. Some of the more news sources like Dame Chop picked it up. That went everywhere, man. From there, and it's funny, we posted them on our Facebook and on our Instagram, and on Facebook we get a notification every time someone shares some of our photos, and it's like scrolling page after page after page after page after page of people sharing them. And let me and I'm not saying that to brag. First of all, let me say thank you.
I'll do the bragging.
I'll let Mickey brag. First of all, thank you for sharing, helping us get the good word of Toy Detox out to everybody.
Very much.
Mickey, do you want to go ahead and brag?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
thank you very much for sharing that shit. We are with the shits. We put that shit all over the place, and all of you cats, all of y'all was just, you had your mitts all in it. You were salivating. You were all over it, and our fucking numbers went all the way up. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. That's why you tune in to Toy Detox, because no one else would have had the guts to do it. We did that shit.
Well, and then while we're talking about that, since we also seem to be first, we had a few convention officials reach out and say, "Hey, how did you get these photos?" Sir, none of us are there on the ground. We are a U.S.-based podcast.
We just got connections.
And people asking, "Where did you get these photos?" Like, I felt like I was like almost like being called into the principal's office.
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
Explain yourself. And not one, but two people reached out, and I kind of hit them with the corporate "thank you for reaching out" conversation.
That was good.
And please explain who you are before you start coming after us.
Yeah.
And then it comes out to be that they were in fact officials of this convention. And they asked us politely to take them down. I was in the party of, and I just simply responded back, "Hey, you know what? They're out. They're everywhere. Everybody's got them already. Leave them up." But I could say somebody decided to take them down temporarily, so that TF Nation could have their moment. Although, I think we only got one new figure. I mean, we saw some prototypes for the first time, but really like an unveil, I think we got one new photo. And I could see how, and trying to put myself in the other guy's shoes, I could see if I went to all the time and effort of putting forth a convention, I would be upset if a couple knuckleheads on a podcast spoiled my big reveal.
Well, it's the nature of the game. It's the nature of the game. I will say this, dude. Those numbers that we got from those pics, man, insane. When you hit me up, and when I got home and actually had some fucking signal, right, got on the Wi-Fi, and actually looked through those numbers, dude, those were some insane numbers, dude.
Yeah, the shares, the likes that went up, the followers that went up. I was just like, holy cow.
Yes.
So being first to market does have its benefits.
Yes, it does. And we took them down. We took them down. And I like to think that we did it respectfully and communicated, because you sent the email out and handled it very nicely, sir, very nicely. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the somebody else, maybe the second guy, he responded to yours, and I answered back later on, because when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, okay. So I answered back and said whatever, and told him that we had already taken it down, whatever the case is, and I was respectful. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. So hopefully we developed a friendship, maybe just not maybe a friendship, but maybe just some kind of a contact there. Hopefully,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Maybe we can get him on later or something like that. I don't know. But
that, or if TF Nation would like to fly us over, I would.
Nice.
And we could do a live reporting on the ground.
Yeah, there you go. I think
TF
that would
Nation.
work.
Hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up in the comments, TF. No, don't hit us in the comments. Just PM us. Just PM us.
Yeah,
We be
you
happy
have
to
our
do that.
information. You already reached out to us. You have it already.
Yeah,
So
but consider this, TF Nation. We covered your stuff and we got it out there, and the response was heavy. We can do double them numbers, son. Triple them numbers. But yeah, that was a pretty cool. And so since they're back up now, since it's been officially released there at the show, I guess the numbers are already climbing. I mean, they're nowhere near what they were when they first came out, obviously, but they're already climbing. So yeah, it was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, dude. So you were Tyler, we were on the fucking the world's most wanted list. Motherfucker was like, "Who sent you?"
yeah, where did you get these photos? These were not made available to the public.
It was like,
They are now,
dude. I feel like if the guy could have was like in the same room, he would have put hands on us, bro.
Probably not. He probably would have looked and been like, I don't want to mess with those guys.
No, he wouldn't really. Want
Man, I wanted to hit him back with like, look, dude, like taking a picture off the internet, you got a better chance of taking piss out of a swimming pool.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
that's done. That's done. But no,
Yeah,
I think you handled it. I think you handled it very well, sir. I think you were very professional and reserved, and I think you handled it very professionally, sir. Especially considering who we are and what we do on this show. Yeah, he didn't want the parts of what we typically would do.
There can be a tendency for a savage response. I just played it as corporate as I could.
Yeah, hopefully we see some more communication with them in the future. But you want to get into this stuff?
All right. Yeah, man. So you want to jump on the IG real quick so we can
let me get on the Instagram.
talk about the same photos here. I could tell you there was one in here that I was interested in, and then once this photo came out, I was like, womp womp.
Really?
Like I'm disappointed now. Yeah.
Let me see if I can guess which one it was. Hold on. Oh shit! I fucking suck with it. Everything outside of Facebook I suck with, and I suck with Facebook too. Wait, get to the Instagram and tweets and
See,
shit.
listeners, can you understand my frustration?
I suck with it, dude. I suck with it. All right. Here, you go ahead and start. While I work my way to it.
Well, no, I was gonna say. So we got a new update on the Meg Toys, the contact shot, aka their point blank, like in the car mode and the bot mode.
Yeah.
With the target master, like looks good, man.
Now, initially, were you in for that?
I planned on it. Like when I was a kid, I had a lot of the target masters and the headmasters. Like I planned on getting them all through Make Toys.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still in. Nothing's changed. I just want to see them in color. That's it.
I you know what, when we first saw images for this thing back in the day or whatever, I didn't think it was that bad. Like I don't have any connection to the figure. I mean to the character, but I like the look of it. You know what I'm saying? And I trust Make Toys more than anything. I trust Make Toys, so I could be in for that. He looks good.
Yeah, I just wish I wish they would have finished the headmasters first before getting the target masters. But
that's my question: are they going to?
I don't see why they wouldn't.
I don't see why they wouldn't, but I just don't see. I don't have enough to make me think they are doing it.
I was gonna say at least the main 7.
Yeah.
The 4 Autobots and the 3 Decepticons at least.
Or are they going to just stretch it out? Is that the thing? Because I mean,
Possibly.
It seems to be like in the third party world, stretching your shit out too far ain't a good thing. Especially when other people jump on it, you know.
Well, and Fans Toys has got that weird wolf coming, so maybe that'll kind of light a fire under their ass.
I hope so.
All right, Planet X Perceptor.
That thing.
It's got a lot going on, man. It's got some gorilla arms on that thing.
Yeah, the only reason why I was even considering it is because I feel like it would go with my record display better than the Fans Toys one. But now that we got so many figures coming out now that are records that on a larger scale, I don't see the need to even deal with this little guy. I can just stick with my Fans Toys guy.
Joe H, maybe. I know Joe H is heavy into the War for Cybertron, Fall for Cybertron. Maybe.
I thought he looked cool in the beginning. I'm not gonna say initially I thought he looked cool, and I actually pre-ordered him, but nah, I don't think I would get this.
I don't know what's up with those giant gun things that they got on him. I'm sure that's part of he's gonna
That
parts
video game
form
shit, right?
into that tank thing. Yeah. And then staying with Fall of Cybertron, we got this Optimus Prime, the one that's in the orange.
Yeah, I'm not into that. That Fall of Cybertron shit, I'm just not into at all. And just to touch back on Perceptor right quick, I've never been into my Perceptor being anything other than the little fucking what the fuck was he? The, I don't know, magnifying whatever the fuck that shit was.
The microscope.
Yeah, the microscope. That Perceptor. Certain things have to be certain ways. Mary Jane at first had to be white with red hair and sexy. You know,
Apparently not anymore.
No. I'm kind of happy about that change. But and Perceptor has to be the fucking whatever the fuck. You know, like even when we had the classics version and he turned to the truck, I refused to buy that. I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah. Well, I got something on the Mary Jane thing later, anyways, because I don't know if you've ever been to Queens, but not a lot of white women with red hair in Queens.
That's the conversation floating around. Cause I did a couple of vlogs on it. I still got to get them up, but yeah, that's the consistent. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, right. I want to hear you chime in, sir.
We got the Fall of Cybertron. So actually, can we just take a time out here for a second?
Yeah.
Did you see that they went and they made this game? They didn't make it backwards compatible, right? So like if you have it on, like I have them on PS3, they don't play on my PS4.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
The Cybertron games.
Oh, okay.
So I think they put out Fall of Cybertron again, right? But if I want to go download it from the PlayStation Store, take a guess how much it is.
How much?
$50.
What?
Now, supposedly they kind of cleaned it up, but they didn't add any extra levels. They didn't do anything to really make it new other than repackage it and make it platform accessible.
See, that's that BS, man.
$50. Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna do it.
I don't see that as being. I mean, I'm not the one to comment because I haven't played that game since I played the first one, right? But I don't see that as being a successful platform. I don't think that's going to happen. Who's going to be down for that?
I don't know. Not me.
Because I'm not down for no fucking Fall of Cybertron, nothing any fucking way. So,
they were fun games to play.
Yeah, I enjoyed it the first time.
I don't want to pay $50 for it.
No, not for something that's already been out. You know what I'm saying? And you just buy it on a different platform. That's my problem. I don't want to go too far down this path, but that's my problem with the video game system shit. To me, it irritates me, right? Like just when I get good with this one system, you're introducing a whole new system now, and I got to get that system, and none of my games are going to be working on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I got Hot Toys money to collect. I can't do that. I can't do that.
All right, so Starscream, same thing. Planet X Starscream.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with none of that shit. But I mean, it's for what it is. I guess it looks good.
I mean, it looks good for what it is, but yeah, I'm not gonna get it. Now, this is the one that disappointed me, man.
This other guy here, looking all weird.
The MMC, the Death Head.
Yeah, I never had a thing for Death's Head. Even like in the few mentions I think he got in the comics, I never really was attached to Death's Head at all, so I couldn't really get it. I don't like the way he looked. Not just his character, not just his figure, but the actual character. I don't like it.
He looks way too much like the Starscream we just looked at.
And is that the same mold, basically?
It looks like it's got at least elements of the same mold. Like, the head... See, this is the thing. When I first saw this looks like a bad custom.
Yeah,
it does. It looks like somebody took a Seeker and painted it red and green and then slapped on this head on top of it.
Yeah, I can go with that. I don't like that at all. And I don't know if it's just if they did a poor job or I just don't like the way the character looks, but I don't like that shit at all.
Yeah.
Even if I was into this shit, I wouldn't get this shit.
All right. We got more photos of the Carnifex, the MMC Overlord.
I still want that.
Still looks good.
Yeah, I still want that. I want that shit.
I like him. Still looks good.
What's that price point again?
I don't even remember, man.
Because I will be honest. Hey, real quick, I heard that who was it? Was it Adam? Who said that fucking? Or was that on SCU where they said that Utopia was on sale at one point for like $2 something?
He was on sale through Chemungmung, but like you're gonna pay that shit. I think it was $279, but you're gonna pay that shipping from China.
Yeah, I'm not paying it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I was going to do it, but I'm not doing it. I'll be happy with just the. Well, we're getting to them anyway in a few minutes, so I'll address what I'll be happy with. So,
We got MMC Whirl.
I want that record shelf ready. Shelf ready.
I thought he'd be a little more blue.
Is this the actual colors?
I don't know. Like it looks like it's close. If it's not,
I don't know if that's the actual. Well, if it could be.
like it looks finished. Like there's some details in it. I don't know, but I was expecting the.
Yeah, I think this might
blue.
be the figure because you got the gold there on, or is that die cast?
It looks like it could be die cast, like on the knees.
Okay, yeah. If that's the case, then maybe it's just not painted.
So.
Then I'm gonna say it's not painted.
All right, sticking with our other Transformers.
Are you getting him? Are you in for that?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna wait. Like I want to see, like if he's more blue, I'm probably in.
I'm in for it because right now I got the Generations World on my fucking in my little wilting fucking record shelf display. I need that shit out of there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. All right, MMC Roadbuster.
Yeah, you might as well go and get your fans project shit boxed up and sold right now because he's at an all-time high on eBay. So
I want to see how big this guy is.
Yeah.
I'm afraid he's going to be too small.
Here's my problem. You got this figure. Maybe it's just the way the pick is took, but I would have loved to see this guy standing next to somebody in the pick. No criticism of the way the pick is taken. No.
Well, stick him next to Whirl, at least. You know what I mean? But it looks like him. It looks like him and Whirl are going to end up being the same size, and like I need Roadbuster to be huge.
Well, consider this is MMC and this is MMC or Make Toys.
That's MMC.
Yeah, he's gonna be Voyager size then.
Yeah, I need him to be bigger than that, man.
As long as he, oh fuck, why did I think this was Make Toy? That changes everything, because fuck.
No, we're into MMC, man. We jumped into MMC with Overlord. We'll get back to Make Toys here in a minute.
See, that changes my whole perspective on that Springer again now. God damn it. Is MMC doing a Springer?
Yes.
I'll have to get it then.
I think so, right? You got a Fans Toys.
I know I saw Fans Toys. You know, you got.
Isn't the MMC one the more IDW one where he's got the shoulders that come over the? Or no, that was Toy World.
Yeah.
So you got Toy World, Fans Toys, and
Toys.
What's the other one that just released? The one that looks chubby, like he belongs to, like as a kid's toy.
The one I actually want, Unique Toys Allen.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that I wanted till I saw that review, and now I'm kind of iffy on it. But the sad thing is that's the first review I've watched in a long time. I just wanted to see him. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm kind of like, I need MMC to make a Springer then, because the Generation Springer just ain't working. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm in on that Fans Toys one, but I think that Fans Toys one will end up being too big if you want to put it next to this MMC Roadbuster.
Yeah, that it won't work at all. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna work at all, because you got to consider that MMC. All their shit's gonna be in scale with the shit they got, and most of their shit's in scale with the most of their record shit and their DJD shit's in scale with like the Fans project. That's why you can put all that shit together. It's not gonna work. So fuck.
All right, so
that's upsetting.
You want to jump back to make Toys here?
I'm following you, sir. Wherever you go with it.
All right, so we got the Make Toys Rioter Despotron. So this was kind of their take on the Megatron, that original design that everybody was debating. Is it going to be a tank? Is it going to be a gun? It's a gun.
Wait, this is the one we've been seeing the pics for in the gun mode and stuff, right?
Yeah, it looks like a crazy alien laser pistol.
Oh, I'm looking at the other. I thought that one was the cross dimension shit. That's Rioter.
Yeah, well, this picture in here, this is that Rioter Despotron.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was the cross dimension shit. Huh.
This is it right here.
Oh, so those two things are the same.
Yes, the Make Toys Megatron, this Rioter Despotron, that's their whatever one.
I fucking didn't know that. I thought it was two different companies. I didn't know that.
Nah. Nope. Same company.
Wait, so how many Megatron? So we got this one. We got.
So we're getting two. So we're getting two from Make Toys.
Right.
And then so you have the more G1 one,
which is so sick,
which is the regular Despotron one, and then you get this Rioter Despotron, which is that Dimension one.
Yeah.
Like if you go on to like the Make Toys website and they play their little commercial for it,
Yeah.
this is that Megatron.
And that's when they're doing the Prime with as well, right?
Yeah, the one that Lenny, shout out to Lenny, just posted those high res photos of that Prime.
Okay.
And Bobby just did the review on it.
I do not like that Prime.
He's all right for what he like. He looks good in bot mode. I don't like him in truck mode at all.
I don't like him in no mode. That abdomen area kind of weirds me out. I don't know. That Megatron I could deal with, but that fucking Prime.
Yeah, I don't like this Megatron though. I don't like his cannon. Like it looks like it. I don't know.
He doesn't look like horrible to me. It's just that I don't like. Okay, so that stealth Megatron, they're doing like the stealth Megatron and that other Prime too, right? That whatever that company is, I don't know who the fuck it is, right? I don't like my Megatron being anything but a gun, but I'm willing to go in on that. This one turns to a gun. I'm not willing to go into this one.
Yeah, this one's kind of got some crazy aesthetics to it. Yeah. All right, but the one that I think we're both in on, the Make Toys Despotron in color.
Oh my god,
looking good.
He's a fucking beast. That shit is all on point, dude.
Yeah, he looks good, man.
I'm so in for that.
I'm looking at him compared to, I think Apollyon still may be a little more G1 cartoon, but I think this thing's good. I think this thing's gonna be way better built.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to flip it back and forth without any issues. Because I mean, everybody that we know that's had their hands on this thing, they've all said the transformation's pretty intuitive, and the way that the legs and handle kind of come together is pretty unique.
That fucking those. I just as soon as I look at the picture, my eyes zero in on the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And that whole joint thing there, and that just looks perfect. Like they made a point of showing the picture with his arm up, holding the cannon
all
up,
the extended. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that you can see the hinge in there, and it's not no fucking ball joint. That's brilliant, dude. I'm all in for that shit, man. I'm all in for it.
Yeah, and it's funny, like looking at some of these comments, like on our Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Milo's like, so good. Bye bye, Polygon.
Homie, you are out. Yeah, that's good to go, dude.
Yeah. All right, and then our big reveal.
Oh yeah, this was the one that got the numbers right here, buddy.
Yeah, this is the same one that I think kind of caught their, hey, you boys need to take those photos down because it's not supposed to be out.
And to all the listeners, there is a video on our Instagram, a little short video where you can see.
There is.
It's so sweet. It's so good.
And it looks good. But the Make Toys, the Devil Stinger.
Oh my
AKA
god.
Black Zarek.
This.
And he looks good, man.
That fucking head sculpt, dude. This
guy.
Like,
I was gonna say, man. So like, I'm looking at my Pandanus right now.
Mm-hmm.
Since you know you don't have one, I guess I'll do the comparisons.
Yeah, you do that. You do that, sir.
But yeah, man. Like new helmet. Helmet looks really, really good. The Stinger.
Yeah.
Looks like it's even longer. Looks like it's taller.
Yeah,
doesn't have the Decepticon face on it.
It's got some kind of arrowhead, spearhead.
Well, that's the like I don't know if you that G1 like he had the spear that he would hang on to. I
never saw the G1 one. I had no knowledge of it at all.
Yeah, so that spear is going to be something he'll be able to hold in bot mode.
Oh, this shit is so sick. Oh my god.
But man, he looks good.
He looks good, dude.
Only thing is, I wish he had a little more color, like on the claws, like how they're just straight black.
I could see like a few splashes of red, and you go here and there. But I tell you one damn thing, I'm gonna start putting the money away now because this has to be bought. This one has to be bought, dude.
Yeah, man, he looks good.
Yeah, man.
When this went up, mm-hmm. like I sent the picture to a couple people.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yo, have you seen this yet?" And like everybody's response has just been like, "Holy shit!"
On him? Were you stunting on him?
Yeah, no, it wasn't even it. It was more my general excitement for this. Like, and I wanted to share it with other people I knew were interested in it. And everyone's like, "Oh," Lenny's comment. Shout out to Lenny. "Oh fuck yeah!"
I can hear it in that Lenny voice too. Dude.
Oh yeah, like he's all for it. Now, interesting thing, somebody brought it up. Mm-hmm. Is if you remember, like Utopia, the Dystopia was a convention exclusive, and I really hope they don't make this Black Zarek a convention exclusive. 'Cause it might end up being a little harder to get than what it should be.
Don't do that to us. I gotta have that, dude.
You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You were kind of getting low for a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my face was in the picture. I was damn near kissing it. I gotta have all kinds of this, all kinds of this, sir, all kinds of this.
Oh, it
I
looks
don't even
good,
I don't
man.
even know if I want to move on just yet. I just want to let it soak in. Now just fuck with you. Go ahead.
No, man, I'm with you. Like I was saying though, I hope it doesn't end up being a convention exclusive, and this thing's gonna end up costing more than what it should. I mean,
I'm so-
Pandanus was already 400. I don't want them to, try to jack it up another $100 and get it to 500.
Do you think they would do that though? Do you think they would?
Don't know, man.
Because
I
consider those city box; those are pretty large purchases, and after a while, once the initial fucking purchase go through and everybody's gotten their hands on them, those prices they tend to sit in the retail stores.
I think you could say that with Utopia, man, but it didn't do it with Pandanus.
No.
Pandanus sold out at a lot of places,
Oh wow, okay. Let me
and there was
correct
like
myself then.
pre-orders and people waiting for them now. Like they've gotten a few more back in, but yeah, there's been a couple retailers where it's like right now, like if you want one, like you got to pre-order it.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
So yeah, man, I'm hoping this is not going to be
I don't
as
know where I put that guy. As a matter of fact, I don't know where I put him, but I goddamn put him somewhere.
just put them in the living room, just
Yeah.
right on top, of the coffee table.
Yep, right on the coffee table.
It's a conversation piece,
There
honey.
you go. There you go. Everywhere I go, he'll be a conversation piece because I'm going to carry him with me.
You-
You
are you
ready
just
to go,
gonna-
little buddy?
Are you just gonna put them on a gold chain and wear them around
Yeah.
your neck?
Yeah. Talk about a Jesus piece. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it, dude. Man, I can't wait for it, though. I can't. When do you think this is coming out, you think? When do you think it'll hit?
Uh, I don't know,
I don't
man.
think we have any way of telling.
I like. I'm trying to think, man. Maybe the end of the year. Hell no, we're already in August, man.
I mean, that motherfucker looks finished. It's just a repaint. You think it'll hit around the time for, say, Christmas? I definitely think it's coming out for TFCon. I definitely think
No, TFCon's too close. I'm trying to think like when did MMC drop Rex? That was at one of the Asian conventions, right?
Yeah.
And
What,
that
talking about
was
Nero? Talking about Nero or the original?
yeah,
film?
the Nero, and then they had it at the TFCon for Charlotte last year, right?
Yeah, that's where I
think
saw
that
that.
I think that's where Matt got Matt. Shout out to Matt. I know Matt listens. Matt Baldwin. He
Yeah.
picked mine up for me, and I want to say it was at the TFCon that was in Charlotte. So if we're coming up on the second TFCon already, I don't see this thing may be a 2017 purchase, man.
I would be fine with that.
Well, yeah, you got enough Suicide Squad dolls to
Yeah.
buy.
I got Suicide Squad to buy. I'm still trying to get that Nero Rex out of you, sir, before you renege at some point. And then this guy, yeah, I'm pretty cool with a 2017. I'm with that.
Mm.
I'm with that. That would be a great gift to the collector's pocket by this company.
Right. All right, man. You want to jump into some Marvel DC stuff?
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Where do we start? Where do we start with this Marvel DC stuff, man?
Well, what do you want to? I think Marvel's probably going to be smaller. You just want to touch on the Mary Jane stuff?
Yeah, let's go with that.
I
Let's
think
go with that.
I think DC might be a little wider.
Yeah, DC's definitely. What's so funny about that is Marvel. Marvel is the quick topic, right? Marvel is no matter who's talking about it. Marvel is the quick topic. Is that because they're squared away? They're chugging along fine. There's no issues, so there's nothing to argue about.
I just think there's not a lot of news coming out right now. And I mean, really, we'll probably have plenty to talk about after Doctor Strange comes out.
Mhm.
But I mean, like, we really haven't got any Marvel news aside from Infinity Gauntlet isn't going to be 2 movies anymore, right?
Well, we got that. We got the announcing of what's her name, Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel, her movie, and all of them being, and her and a bunch of them being inside the Infinity Gauntlet movie, and blah blah blah, and all of this shit. We got a good bit of news, but I just don't see. I don't see it resonating the same way that DC news resonates, and I think that's funny because even when I consider, I just feel like the DC stuff. I feel like it's more captivating, and I don't know whether it's because of negative reasons, positive reasons. I just feel like, or maybe because we haven't seen the DC stuff do well in the fandom yet, and so there's a lot more controversy with it. Is that possible?
I think there's a lot more criticism with the DC
Yeah,
stuff. So I
yeah,
think there is a little bit more for people to talk about because it seems like, at least for the most part, everybody who goes and watches the Marvel movies, everybody loves them.
yeah,
Everything's fantastic. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And where, kind of started with Batman versus Superman, people were just kind of like, eh. And now Suicide Squad's kind of in the same thing. Like,
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, so let's get into Mary Jane, and that okay. So that makes me wonder now, and I don't think that it's not the case. The choice of announcing that I still can't say her name. I've said her name in multiple vlogs. I still can't say her name. Zendaya. How do you say it?
I don't know. I'm not even going to try.
Okay, so Zendaya is being, and it's this. I think at the time it wasn't confirmed, but I think it's pretty much locked in now. I think it's pretty well known that she's going to be playing Mary Jane, right? And so of course, cats went crazy. So when I'm doing like the little research I was doing and shit for the little pieces I did on it, um, you had what's the guy's name? Something Gunn, John Gunn, Tommy Gunn, whatever the fuck his name is. He's a comic artist, pretty well known for Marvel, worked with Marvel and shit. He came
Hmm.
out and was like chin checking motherfuckers for having beef with Mary Jane, the fact that she's gonna be black now, right? And then there's a few guys that I follow online as far as like the comic book, like actual comic book reviewers and movie reviewers and stuff like that. And this one guy, I'm teetering with the idea of actually doing a reaction to his video. You know, a reaction video to his reaction video. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy, I think it's a comic cast or some shit like that. This dude went the fuck off, bruh. He was like, "Fucking you," and he's got a funny it's like a lisp type thing. He speaks. He's a great guy. He's really entertaining, but he sounds really funny, and he's cursing. I mean, he's with the shits, man. He's pissed off, dude, and he's like addressing like all the blowback from the prospects of this chick being Mary Jane, dude, and he's just fucking going off, bro. It's fucking funny as shit. I gotta find a link and send it to you. It's fucking funny as hell, bro.
Hmm.
It's funny as shit,
Now,
dude.
I was going to say, the one article I read, it said she was biracial.
Yeah, she is. As a matter of fact, I don't think I was talking to my wife about it. I don't think her dad is black, or he may be black and Puerto Rican or Panamanian. He's something, but he doesn't look like he's straight black. He's very dark. His hair it looks straight though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's black. He could be, but I don't think so. His mom is white.
I'm just saying, man. Like when I heard it, and it was funny because like I kind of tried to talk you down, like you
I
were
was hot.
raging, and I'm
You
like,
know how I am
dude,
when it comes to my
like,
characters, dude.
and I'm sure it'll be fine. Because I mean, and I even hit you with that. I was like, have you ever been to Queens? Like I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
news. Like New York is a melting pot. Queens is even more of a melting pot.
yeah,
And like you can go up and down Queens, man, and you'll see people from all over the place. You'll hear a ton of languages spoke. You'll see people from every kind of creed, race, religion, whatever you want to put. Like it really is a good melting pot of New York City.
let me ask you this question, just for your opinion, because that point's been raised, right, by the comic cast guy, whatever. I can't. I don't want to keep fucking up his name. I'll look it up while we're talking. But he raised that point as well as a rebuttal to like the people that's flipping out and shit, right? Because
Hmm.
let's just state this first and foremost. All right, you have a certain faction of the fandom that's flipping out, and I was in this boat. I can say it, where we want our stuff the way we want it, the way it's been, blah blah blah. And we don't like people touching our shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much about the race shit, none of that shit. I'm black. You know what I mean? I'm black. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not like fucking Herman Cain black. I'm black black. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up, but I said it. I
Wow.
said it. Fuck that. I said it. So you know what I mean? But I just it's about my cat. Don't fuck with my characters, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I like fucking Luke Cage. Luke Cage is black. You know what I'm saying? Luke Cage has been black. A better example for me to use is fucking Blade. Blade is black. Blade has been black. You know what I'm saying? So it might sound fucked up, but now I don't want to see you recast him as this white guy or this Asian guy or this green guy. I don't want to see that. I want to see what I grew up reading, right? So that you have that one faction that's on that side of the table. And then you have another faction that may have some other reasons why they don't want Mary Jane or any other character to be. And that faction may use words that aren't very nice when no one else is around. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just speaking, and I think we're speaking mainly towards the faction of nerds that like the stuff the way it is. So, okay, with that established, the comic book cast guy and a few people have made the same point you're making about like New York and that area of New York and all this stuff, right? My question is, and let me clarify for anybody listening, because I feel like I need to, because we're going to get the blowback, right? I'm cool. As a matter of fact, I'm not just cool. I'm overly excited now because I've done a lot of looking into the chick and everything like that, seeing images of her. I think it took me all of a few minutes, maybe about an hour or two after the initial.
It wasn't even an hour, man. Like within like 15 minutes, you're like, never mind, I'm okay. Because
Yeah.
you found the picture of her with like the curly red hair,
Yeah.
sitting in like it looks like she's sitting in like a car or some sort of
Yeah,
vehicle.
yeah.
You're like, never mind, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy.
Because for me, my main thing is Mary Jane has to be fucking smoking hot, right? Smoking hot.
Okay,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
okay, well, hang on. Is this girl attractive?
Oh, highly attractive.
Okay.
Highly attractive.
All right, so check that box.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
Got the red hair, so that's checked off
Check.
too. And I found out, like I said, I did a lot of research into her, a lot of looking into her and shit, right? From my little pieces and stuff. Personality is on point. Just her normal personality is on point. She's fucking sharp. Sharp as a tack. You know what I'm saying? She's witty. She's confident. She's taking motherfuckers to task. She's taking like her you get the online tweet haters and shit for total other situations. She's addressed it, taking it to task, and won. Not having anything to do with the Spider-Man shit. You know what I mean? So she's witty. I would dare say she was Mary Jane before she knew she was going to be Mary Jane. You know what I'm saying? The only issue I had remaining was the age thing. You know what I'm saying? As far as where they're bringing Spider-Man and in that storyline in period. But that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different
All right, well,
conversation.
that's what I was going to say. I'm like, that has nothing to do with her being Mary Jane.
Exactly.
And you've made it clear on other podcasts, like you want it to be college Pete or fresh out of college Pete getting married to Mary Jane.
Yeah.
And I know you want a Venom story. Like, I get it.
I want it.
I know you do. You made it perfectly clear, and I get it.
I want it.
But there was a couple things that...
No, I want it.
I know you want. No, but there's a couple things, right? Like, we've heard this is Homecoming. Like, we've known the title for a long time, right?
Yeah.
We know who villains are,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know we're supposed to get Michael Keaton. We know he's supposed to be the Vulture, right?
That's not confirmed yet. But
Well, lack of better terms, like, that's been confirmed, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's been the rumor.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's been the steady rumor. My question, and kind of like when I sat back, I was like, why did it take this long to figure out who Mary Jane was?
because they initially announced her because she came out a while back. That she was going to be in the movie, and then she was supposed to be playing like a friend. You know what I'm saying? Named Michelle or something like that, right?
Well,
now, go ahead.
And I remember them saying she had been cast.
Yeah.
My question is why did it take so long for them to say it was MJ?
Why? How about this? Why do you think?
I don't know.
I think
I don't think the studio would be afraid of blowback.
Ah.
Maybe they should expect it. Every nerd movie, every comic book movie, there's some sort of backlash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's to be expected now. Like to me, that's almost becomes white noise. Like they don't care anymore.
I was going to say I think they absolutely do care, but not for negative reasons. Not because they are afraid. I think they care because they want to use it.
Dude,
They
no,
want attention from it.
well, could be. They could want to put spin on it, but like we got crap when Henry Cavill was Superman, right? We got crap when Batman got it.
Nerds are always going to cry.
Always, right? Like when Chris Evans was named Captain America, everyone's like, "But he's Johnny Storm." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when Ryan Reynolds was Deadpool, people were like, "What?
Yeah.
No, he's Green Lantern. That movie sucked." Like, do you remember all that hate?
Yeah.
Like, It's to be expected, and it's on both sides of the aisle, both Marvel and DC.
But see, I don't think they look. Well, I'm sorry. Continue. I don't want to cut you off.
No, I want to know, like, why did they wait so long?
I
Like,
think they wanted the attention from it. Okay, so this goes into
or
Go ahead. Go ahead.
was she supposed to be a friend and she got there and she stole the show? I
I
mean, we've been filming. I mean, they've been filming for a while now, right?
I think it's been a bit of both, but I can honestly say I think in the beginning it was probably a bit of that because from what we've seen, what we've gotten so far, the initial relationship that Peter Parker will be in is with some other chick, not Mary Jane. Right, which means Mary Jane, she'll be a friend in this movie, and then he'll like be crushing on it, kind of like how it was in the Tobey Maguire, whatever the fuck his name was, in the Cry Face, you know what I'm saying, in the original
Yeah.
series, you know what I'm
And
saying?
emo Peter.
Yeah, where it took him a while to build up to actually getting at her, right? Which is I'm cool. I'm definitely cool with that. You know what I mean? But I think that she might have been tasked out to be something else, and as it's possible that she was tasked out to be something else, and they said, you know what, no, this is good Mary Jane. But I personally believe that she was gonna be Mary Jane from the minute from the minute she came in and did whatever her fucking her read was or her audition was. She might have been auditioned for another point for another character, but I think once she auditioned, they were like, no, this is Mary Jane, because when you that chick is Mary Jane, dude. I'm all in on her as Mary Jane. She is fucking Mary Jane. Like the only thing that's missing, you know what I'm saying, is she's slim. Which makes sense for a model, but for me in my own boxes that I want checked off, I want my Mary Jane thick. You know what I'm saying? Like ass and titties, ass and titties, ass.
She
and
wasn't
titties,
always like that
and
though.
big booty bitches. Huh? So what now?
She wasn't always like that.
Yeah, well, no, she wasn't. She wasn't. I'm talking about my affections for her. I'm talking
Okay,
about.
well, that's your personal preference, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about my box, dude. I'm talking about my box. But I'm saying as far as Mary Jane goes, like just the all around general Mary Jane, she captures it. I think she captures it very well, and far better than old Kirsten did.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Like you should never think ugh when thinking Mary Jane. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst looked like Skeletor in that movie, man.
Exactly. So she was not the sexy girl next door as you would think a young Mary Jane would be. She was just that girl next door. You know what I mean? Just a chick next door. Yeah. Just a,
Do you think we're gonna get a Hey Tiger?
oh, I would love it. I would love it if we got that. I would love it. Because let's go back a bit. Let's go back a bit. Okay, so where you were talking about why would they hold on to it, right? Blah blah blah. I remember like a couple maybe it was like a week or two ago. I was like, hey, I want to talk about this shit that Milo's talking about from that podcast. How the fuck do you say his last name? Unitas? How the fuck do you say that?
I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
How do you not know? You put fucking Adam onto the podcast. Who put me onto the podcast?
What
Milo,
podcast?
Milo Unitas, or whatever the fuck you say his name. He's got the podcast. He's like he's a conservative homosexual nerd. And he's got this podcast that's fucking absolutely brilliant. And he's also
That
like
wasn't
British or some shit.
that's not the podcast I put Adam onto.
He said you put him on the lore.
No,
I think he also.
I-
Huh?
Yeah, I put him onto lore.
I could have swore he said you put him on to that one too. Because I didn't know anything about this fucking podcast until he put me onto it. I could have
Anyway.
swore he said you put him onto it. Okay, well, fuck it, screw it. So check it out. He had an episode where he had a comic artist on a high level or a very well known comic artist who worked with DC and Marvel, I think. And the guy was talking about, let me see if I can find his name. And the guy was talking about how DC is now like on some shit, maybe Marvel. He said, well, all the comic book people basically, but they were specifically dealing with DC. How they're on this shit where they want that fucking social justice blowback. And you know what I'm saying? They want that shit where that attention they get from it. I could have sworn he was talking about Marvel. I don't know.
No, that was Marvel. He was talking about that was when they were questioning about why Marvel's turning all their characters female.
Oh, all of a sudden you know what show we're talking about now. Well, check that out. Fucking guy gives me a hard time for no reason.
No, that was the whole because Marvel likes being in the news and they like stirring the pot, right? Like they like to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
That's why we have a young African American Iron Man. That's why Wolverine's dead and we have X-23, right? That's why Thor's a woman. Who else is a woman?
Oh, everybody's a fucking.
Well, you had Spider-Gwen, right? And then you had Miles Morales as Spider-Man, and you had all these different things, right?
Yeah.
And for a while, people thought it was more of they want to be all inclusive, so they're trying to hit every gender and race and this, that, and the other. And then this comic book artist came out and pretty much said no, they just like doing it for the PR.
Now, and that's the part I want to get to. Okay, so the comic artist was Chuck Dixon. I do believe it was Chuck Dixon. And the episode, for anybody that wants to look at it, I'll try to put a link in, is episode 20. The show is awesome, and the guy's last name is Yiannopoulos. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce that, but the show is awesome. Okay, so I want to check.
I think it's Yiannopoulos.
Yeah,
Yiannopoulos.
my mouth is not capable of pronouncing that. So
Sounds Greek.
yeah. So I don't know, but I want to touch on that because I think that has to do with not why she was cast, but why they held out to make the announcement. I think they wanted the attention from, because every now and again, every so often we're getting like little tags from the movie to keep it relevant. And, all of these big productions, they do this for these big productions coming just to keep you into the loop about it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's that. I don't think they care about nerd blowback. I think they care about getting that general public blowback.
I think there is some nerd blowback, because also this week we got the the Aquaman villain was going to be Black Manta, and that caused a whole bunch of people to start talking. And then all of a sudden, Marvel was like, "Oh, here's Mary Jane." Marvel's got a way of doing that, trying to steal the thunder away.
A fans toys move, basically. That's what it sounds like. I'm willing to go with you on that.
Could be, yes.
I'm willing to go with you on that. Yeah, I'm willing to go. You know what? Because I think that serves both of our purposes. I'm willing to go with you on that one. They pulled the fans toys. They top hatted the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Now I didn't know that there was blowback on the DC on Black Manta being a villain.
It wasn't so much blowback. It was just they announced who it was going to be, and then you've got people starting their campaigns of I want to be Black Manta. You know what I mean? You got guys that are, I can't even remember who's all doing them now, but I know there's two guys for sure that are kind of trying to start their Twitter movement to get cast as Black Manta.
Yeah, I think Yeah. I don't know. I don't even care. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the shits with this Mary Jane. My only issue is that I can't lust after her because of how young she is. And after.
Oh, is that really what it comes down to be?
Yeah, man. Because I wanted to be able to lust after my Mary Jane when they finally got it right. I wanted to be able to lust after her while in the theater watching it and fall. Because when I was a kid, reading Spider-Man comics, I had the hugest crush on Mary Jane, dude. I loved Mary Jane, bro. Like, I loved her. You know what I'm saying? I fucking loved her, dude. And so I was waiting for that in the movie. And so now, and then having went back online and watched like interviews with her and looked into her history and checked her out. You know what I'm saying? She's you get this feel, especially being our age, you get this feel of, oh man, I would like my daughter to be like that when she gets that age. You know what I'm saying? So once you establish that in your mind, you know what I'm saying? The character that this girl has, that comes across from this girl, the intellect, the level of maturity. You know what I'm saying? I want my daughter to follow in that model. I would love it if she did. You know what I mean? So once I've established that in my mind as a parent, I can definitely no longer. I don't have any anticipation of sitting in a theater lusting after this, because it would just be so. It goes back to our talk earlier about the kids in the closet with the M&Ms and the shorts. And it's just not. It's not. And as a matter of fact, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready because it's feeling funny now. I'm ready to move on.
It suddenly got awkward in here.
Yeah, it got real world awkward. And I am upset that Marvel took that from me. I will give them that.
All right, man. You want to jump into DC?
Do we have the stamina to do it?
Oh, I know. Actually, my wife just walked by and she goes, it's been 3 hours. I'm like, we got one more thing to talk about, and then I'll go cut the grass, honey.
You want to tackle it, or what you want to do? It's on you.
Well, I mean, we already talked about it. So DC's announced that that Black Manta is going to be the Aquaman villain.
Okay.
Not really surprised by it. Are you?
Nah. I think it's natural, and I prefer Aquaman to that other guy, that fucking what's the one, Ocean Master, or whatever the fuck.
Ocean Master.
Yeah, I don't like that character. I don't like his mask. I don't like his cape. I don't like his scales. I don't like him. I don't like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, well, the thing I was reading was going to be somehow Aquaman killed Black Manta's father. Don't know if it was intentional or an accident or whatever it is, but that's going to be where the I guess you call it the beef comes from.
Now I thought it was in reverse, because I thought in actual comics, Black Manta killed Aquaman's father, who was the original.
That sounds familiar. I think that happened in probably one timeline. Since we have so many, I think he did, and that's how Aquaman assumed the throne of Atlantis. Yeah. But in typical comic book movie fashion, now that the villain has to create his own antagonist.
You know what I want to get to, bro? Have you been following the Jared Leto shit?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big one, man. You want to jump into that? I mean, do you even want to? I mean, like, I guess, at this point, we didn't get to do our regular Suicide Squad conversation, and we didn't do our dueling duos.
But
either,
wait, if we get into this, we got to get into all that. That's going to be about an hour. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that, really?
You want to come back and do it tomorrow?
Let's do that. I'm hungry. Let's do it.
All right. Okay, we'll save DC. We'll do it tomorrow. Anyway. All right, man.
Have at it, bro. Take care, man.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right.